his mainframe.
There you go.
True.
I don't like you.
You're scared. And you should be.
This is not your company anymore.
Leave the cheek of CM Punk.
Out. Combo move. This is what they've been doing. Hey, McAfee.
Everyone shut the up and sit down!
We got a mom in the front row who taught her daughter how to suck dick.
I'm Mina Shirakawa. I used to be a model. I want to put on a big show.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome once again to the Saturday Shenanigans, hosted by yours truly, the Renegade J.J. Williams. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. CM Punk drama bullshit to the side. I still consider Heyman the worst AEW champion they've had. First of all, we're going to bring in Walter Cruz.
I said that as a joke when, what's his name, did his promo Monday. He said, I'm from a prestige university. I said he majored in Steiner math.
We've got the Heeb man, James Hebert, in the house.
I do really cool and dumb things on the internet.
Right. A lot of shit going on here. A lot of fucking crazy ass shit.
Where is Noah JD? Well, say his name and he appears, because we believe in Noah Foster.
Fuck is this intro? It is one of those things where, as fans, we do have these desires for what we want to see, but sometimes you can't always get what you want, and there are reasons you truly don't get what you want. I wouldn't even listen to this in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. What the fuck is this shit? God, rapid whack. Like I said, never been a greater time to be a wrestling fan than with more companies in a more lucrative spot, in a more comfortable business spot, in a sense of mind, it seems, than ever. Again, WWE is not the only one. It is not the end-all, be-all. So let's go back to the Renegade Wrestling JJ Williams to get the official word. JJ, speak!
Make sure you tune in every week, because you never know who's going to drop in to join the shenanigans. Catboy is in the house.
Hello, my internet family. I say if you want to make them as evil as possible, make them really mad.
We have Mansfield joining the party now. What is going on, Josh?
Like I told no one when we were in Cleveland, him joining JCU was just an unfortunate side effect of my shenanigans towards you, JJ. I know how it can get better, Noah. The panel chooses you.
Shut the fuck up, Josh.
He said that so like.
We got some of the intro back.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Just think how you and I had lunch together the other week.
That was different.
Ladies and gentlemen, the King is here. Say his name and he appears. We believe in King A-Train. There are so many believers in Joe Hendry. The only person on this panel that doesn't believe in Joe Hendry is King A-Train.
I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Tell the world why you do not believe in Joe Hendry.
The reason I do not believe Joe Hendry is he is Fandango 2.0 in a entrance merchant. I rest my case, Your Honor.
Hey! There's nothing wrong with being an entrance merchant. He has some of the best entrances of all time.
Teleporting into the command center, all the way from Angel Grove High, Datilla.
Oh, yeah. I went to the command center on Thursday. I went to Vasquez Rocks, which is where they filmed a lot of episodes. Somebody actually climbed to the very top of those rocks. I made it halfway. I was like, I'm not going up there. Definitely Toni Storm versus Mariah May. That's the one match I probably am looking forward to the most. I really like the story. I'm familiar with all about Eve, so if it plays out that way, I kind of know how this is gonna go.
Say goodnight, Datilla.
Good night.
James, you did say his name. So he shall appear, ladies and gentlemen, the first time on the Shenanigans. Jeff Meacham is in the motherfucking house.
Ah! All right, we're coming in hard with the botch. All right, fucking hell. It's good to be back. It's good to have an opportunity to talk to the crowd on a Saturday. If you want to have yourself stomach through it, you can go back and watch when the Main Event Mafia took over Impact. That's what James was talking about. So if everybody just joined us, we're talking about people sedating people, attempted murder, boys, and tips. Welcome to Saturday Shenanigans, everybody. Aren't you glad I'm back?
Welcome back, Kevin.
Cool.
Yeah.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the Saturday Shenanigans, the reliable feature from the Simply Reliable Studios. I, of course, am your host and moderator, the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams. Hope everybody is having a fantastic evening or morning if you're on the East Coast, as it's already after 1 o'clock in the morning, and God bless you for staying up this late to be with our crazy asses. Let's go ahead and begin to bring in the panel of misfits. First and foremost, ladies first, because we are gentlemen here after all. Give it up for Shadow Batash. Ash is here, back again after the craziness of last night. We didn't scare her away. She was like, hey, I'll actually come back again. What is going on? Ash, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. We just finished a very good MLW show.
Yes. I never thought in my wildest dreams, after knowing the man for, God, damn near 15 years, that I would call a match with Ricardo Rodriguez, the former Chimera, and I got to do that.
Hey.
And then on top of all that, number 40 was none other than the whole fucking show.
The best person to put the high in high flying.
And the best person to come out and save the filthy bros after the other filthy bro was already eliminated. And we got that dream scenario of Riddle and RVD toe-to-toe.
Right? That was such a fun interaction. It makes me want to see what like a proper full match of theirs would be like.
Absolutely. And MLW is the place where that could happen. Well, we're going to move on. Thank you for being here, Ash.
You're welcome.
Next up, we're going to bring in James. What is going on, good sir?
It was a fantastic show, man. The other MLW shows up to this point have been hit and miss. This show was like, man, honestly, probably the best top to bottom card I've seen for a minute. Honestly, like it was perfectly paced. Everything flowed. The segments were not bad. They even made the Butterbean Jr. over there actually look like a credible manager. So overall, great success.
Absolutely. Next up, we've got the founder of the feast, so to speak, joining us. Jeff motherfucking Meacham is in the house.
Yes. I have. I found myself with an empty Saturday night at the House of Mouse, so I figured let's pop in and see what kind of shenanigans I can get into for reals around here. Why not, you know? But it's good to be back. Good to be back, as I say in the opening. Good to be back. Good to be with my peoples. And he said, I'm the founder of the feast. I am always glad to return and make a JR popping in for an AEW style cameo. Always good to be back. So.
And this is a cameo that doesn't cost us $20 or $30 for, a 2-minute video clip.
Or in the case of a certain show off, most recent former TNA World Champion who relayed the message to me through our favorite Kitty yesterday. $500 for a cameo and $500 extra for telling him to fuck off. So, thanks, Nick. Fuck you too.
God damn, really?
Yes. I don't know if he actually charges that, but Shannon, okay, really quick, and then we'll bring everybody else in. So Paradise Kitty had a show in Arizona last night. They have one tonight. Same location in a casino. I forget where the fuck they are. I'm sorry, girls. But Nick showed up. Nick Nemeth showed up, as did Justin Roberts, as they do when the girls go to Arizona. That's just what they do. So Shannon, my friend in Arizona, who JJ knows Shannon, we've been friends with them forever. She was at the show, so she sends me just a picture of both Nick and Jenna putting me the bird. I'm like, all right, well, cool. So Nick said that to let you know that his cameos are $500 each up front, flat. Okay. I said, tell them both hi and fuck off for me. And then I said, noted about the cameo. So then Nick replies through Shannon, tell him it's $500 extra for the fuck you. And he does take tips. So I replied back, just the tip. And the whole room started laughing. Great shit. Then there's some other stuff going on outside of haha that I said to Shannon, make sure Jenna knows that we're thinking of her and everything, and tell Nick to take care of our girl. Nick then FaceTimes me, says, fuck you, Meacham, and hangs back up. Like, that's a hell of a Friday night for you.
I'm wishing y'all well, and that's my thanks. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, pretty much. He's such an asshole, but he's our asshole.
And just to know, he's even more of an asshole because while you were talking about that, I looked it up. He's only $200 on Cameo.
Right. No, I know. He's charging me the extra $3 just to be that guy, or the extra $7 or $8 now. Yeah, no. I will very likely be seeing him at the end of the month. I know that he and Ryan are doing their show in Hollywood, the Hunkamania in Hollywood thing, and I stayed before Rebellion, so we'll see how that plays out. But it's always good to hear from Nick, and it's always good to know that he's going out and supporting the Kitty, Paradise Kitty, because him and Justin are both gunners, and man, nobody puts on a Guns N' Roses tribute show quite like Paradise Kitty. So shout out to my girls. Honestly, had I known I was going to have both days off, I probably would have made the trip to Arizona, but I did not know until after the fact. But anyway, I'm glad to be wrong anytime. There's so much going on right now over here that I want to talk about at the end. We do our plugs. I'm completely unprepared for the topic because I forgot to say it was a special topic show. So I am grossly unprepared for this episode, but we will wing it as I do. And the vaccine has been poured because I feel like shit. So there you go.
There you go.
I was about to say you picked the worst time to wing it since it's a fantasy booking episode.
I know. Hey, you know what though? You know what? As wrong as it's going to sound, there's a lot of people I can choose from, unfortunately, in this damn business. So it's,
Yeah. Sad but true. But
sad but true. Yes. Anyway, carry on.
Like I told James on our things, like as much as I've been bitching about multi-man mania, most of my shit is multi-man because you want to fit as many people on the card as possible. So
yeah, when it came to pass, I probably wouldn't be here tonight because my Disney schedule has been so full. And of course, when I want them to schedule me, I'm not scheduled for tonight. I'm actually not scheduled again until Wednesday, Thursday, and then I'm off through WrestleMania Saturday.
Nice.
Jesus.
Right? It's like, again, if I'd known that in advance, I'd be in Vegas come Tuesday, the 14th. But, it is what it is. Or the 15th.
Ways, it seems.
So. What'd you say, Ash?
I said the mouse works in mysterious ways, it seems.
The mouse works in mysterious ways, and this show has proven the Mouse Mafia is a real thing. So we're just going to let that sleeping dog lie and move on with our topic.
Yes. Jeff will no longer even attempt to come on to a show when he is at the happiest workplace on earth because the Mouse Mafia shuts it down like their name is Public Enemy or Onyx. And if you know, you know. And if you don't, like Vince Russo told Josh, do your homework, bro.
Yeah. I can be on stage or backstage. It really doesn't seem to matter at this point. So
nope.
Although I did my solo stuff just fine. So I don't know what the fuck.
Don't know.
Yeah, well,
Waiting in the green room still is the reliable member of the Simply Reliable Studios, the man who legitimately was in a car accident a couple days ago and still has been here doing shows and streams to make sure that the reliability stays up. Walter Cruz in the house.
By the way, are you good? By the way,
Yeah,
All right,
still a
good.
couple of neck issues and stuff, but
Okay.
you know.
All right. This goes
Good old
out to
pain
Walter.
med.
This goes out to my dad, who's home recovering from his own medical episode. Our buddy Mick Foley, whose car looks like he shouldn't even be walking right now. Y'all fucking chill. Jesus Christ. Like, what the fuck are we doing, man?
What's crazy is Foley's was on April 1st. I'm still not 100% convinced that wasn't an April Fool's joke.
No, not right. Okay. Having conversed with Mick, dude, he is definitely living up to his theme song's name of Wreck. I don't know how he walked away. I really
crazy.
don't.
So that's a real car.
It is a real thing.
Dude.
I don't know how.
Only for Mick Foley, the comic relief of wrestling, for him to have a car wreck on April Fool's Day. People question if it was legit or a stunt, and his theme song is named fucking Car Wreck.
It's JJ knows April 1st is a dark day for a lot of reasons around here. My mother-in-law's birthday, for example, ex-almost mother-in-law's, for example. One of our former, we call him a former friend. I wouldn't call him. More of an acquaintance of mine. Born April 1st. The only shining part of April 1st in wrestling so far has been Randy Orton's birthday. So there is that. And now we got Mick Foley.
Yeah. And speaking of shining in wrestling, after an almost 2-week hiatus, Noah Foster is back.
Wow. There he is.
He is awake.
He is tired as fuck. Apparently, he has to go into church early tomorrow now, but he is a man of his word. He said he would be here. He has said he is only giving us an hour of his time, which I appreciate. He's doing that much just to be a man of his word.
No, you are good people, man. We love you, brother.
Tired, he's hurt, and he works with children.
That's right.
That's also the story of my life.
And if he watched last night's Shenanigans, he knows how real that is.
It's valid as
He's
fuck.
not simply predicting. He knows how real that is.
I know what I go into it simply predicting, and that's also during broad daylight. But that being said, hello.
So do you want to, I guess, do we start the things now so he can go back to bed by?
James.
Yes.
Let the producer produce.
I see some things haven't changed.
No, I don't think that'll ever change.
No.
You know, especially since 4 of us have access to the production side of the studio. It's like kind of hard.
I don't got it today, so
you and I are the only ones that do not because
there
we're
you go.
through
Okay.
Walter's StreamYard.
That's why. Okay.
Yes.
But
that's why I got my hands on a PlayStation controller and I ain't touching shit on the production side.
But yes, the whole point of tonight is that we were going to do this. It was going to be short because I believe only me, Walter, and James participated.
Yeah.
Noah said this wasn't his wheelhouse, so he wasn't going to do it. I don't know if maybe Ash came up with some between simply predicting and now. She was told she could participate if she wanted to. Jeff, I know you kind of said you were going to wing it if you do it at all because you were prepared.
Yeah,
so this should be a very simple and a very short Shenanigans. I'm guessing no more than 2 hours-ish.
Yes.
So, yes, we are going to get into it. James, since you and I are like the kings of fantasy booking, I say we kind of bookend this soiree. So I will let you decide. Do you want to go first or do you want to go last?
I would love to go first.
Okay. You are up then, my friend.
All right, Jeff, can you hear me?
He can hear, I think, but
All right, 'cause I want to make sure he pops for one of the things.
Okay, yeah, I was sending JJ another picture to put with the plug I already sent him because the one I just sent is far more important than the one I had sent him previously. So carry on, sir.
There we go. All right, here we go, folks. So I actually adjusted the card as we were live for the watch one.
But before you start, James, JJ, for people that are coming in that don't bother reading the descriptions, because there are many of those people. Hey, boss, what are we going to do tonight?
Tonight it is HeavenMania. Tonight we are fantasy booking a WrestleMania card using only deceased wrestlers.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want to hear any people in the chat talking about, oh, well, that person's not in heaven. You will immediately be banned and blocked.
God damn, that's wrong, but so accurate with this crowd. Lord Almighty.
You will immediately be banned and blocked. I am not going to tolerate any of that stupidity or petty bullshit tonight.
That's right.
All the card has to do is feature deceased wrestlers.
Okay.
Not deceased wrestlers versus living wrestlers. Nobody alive can participate in any way, shape, or form.
What if somebody's career is dead?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Hang on.
Because
Look
as
out,
painful,
Hulk Hogan. Okay.
because as painful as this is to admit, I don't want to have to be able to book Natalia.
Cam, hey, you know what? Come next couple Saturdays from now or Fridays from now, Thursday, whatever the fuck it is. I don't think career's dead at all. I think she's going to revitalize that shit at Bloodsport. So
I hope she does, man. Between Bloodsport, the tag team gauntlet that's going to happen next week at Friday,
yep,
and going into the Crockett Cup, I hope to fuck she can. But if we're being honest, based off of the way it's been these last couple years, Natty, I love you. You know I do. I'm just being real.
Mm-hmm. To be
All
fair,
right.
even a dead career can be revitalized.
Yes.
And if you see her socials, she is motivated right now.
Yes.
So
I told James to watch the video last night.
It's two now. Yeah.
Haven't gotten a chance to yet. I will tonight after I'm
Yeah.
Yeah. For the sake of Noah's sanity and being awake for at least
Yes.
one or two of these cards, let's get this moving. James, you are on the button, sir.
Let's do it.
No more than 8 matches.
I got it down to 8.
One night only extravaganza.
Yes.
All deceased wrestlers. Chat, let's start seeing some of the matches you would like to see at a HeavenMania, and maybe those that may want to participate but haven't booked anything. Maybe they'll steal one of your ideas.
There you go.
Go for it, James.
So I booked mine like as if it was a legitimate show, so not just a one-off. I did not Legends of Wrestling this card, so that's
We
kind of
appreciate that.
Yeah, well, nobody wants a Legends of Wrestling card. Let's be real.
To be fair, but we also don't need you laying out 12 weeks of television from the Rumble to Mania to tell us how we got there. Okay?
That is very true.
Let's just get the card.
So, my first match is a Heaven Cruiserweight title match. Hayabusa versus Tom Billington.
Fuck.
Ooh.
I'm here for that. God
Mhm.
damn.
There we go.
The Dynamite Kid and Hayabusa, dude. Let's go. Jesus.
And there's history with both of them in the
Oh, yeah.
division, so makes sense
Yep.
to me. Tag team Monsters Ball match. The Loose Cannons, my dream team of Bruiser Brody and Brian Pillman versus the Wyatt family, Brody Lee and Bray Wyatt.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. I know Jay Lee the criteria that he did, but how can that match take place in heaven?
Well, you know. Listen. It's deceased wrestlers, right? I can do whatever.
Well, even God's going, all right, they get a pass only because it's them. Otherwise, none of y'all do this shit. That's enough. No.
Oh, you think that's crazy, Jeff? Heaven Tag Team Championship multi-man ladder match.
Oh my God. Okay.
Get ready for this one. The Blackjacks, Lanza and Mulligan versus Los Gringos Locos, Eddie Guerrero and Art Barr versus the Von Erichs, Fritz and David versus the Hart Foundation, Owen and Jim Neidhart, versus the Razor's Edge, Scott Hall and Rick Bogner, versus the Road Warriors, Animal and Hawk.
Okay. I just want to pop for the Blackjacks and the LOD in a ladder match. I'm good now. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, you're welcome. And again,
Especially that old fuck Jack Lanza. Jesus Christ.
And the Razor's Edge. I mean,
and yes, I love that. I love that.
The two Razor Ramones in history.
I love that. That's a thing because they were actually both part of NWO 2000, NWO Japan rather. So that's cool. I like that.
Were they really? That. Oh shit!
Yes,
I didn't even know
yes.
That.
Bogner was regularly booked there, and then Scott, of course, went over there from time to time. So yeah,
that's fucking hilarious. I did not know that. There you go.
Yep.
All right.
Yep, there you go.
Number 4, Heaven Television title. This is just another fucking technical classic here. Chris Candido versus Chris Benoit. Battle of the Chris's.
That's a hell of a cable bill if Heaven has a TV.
Mm-hmm.
Franchise Shane Douglas is tuning in for that one. Like, my God.
Yeah,
I love it. Him and Franny both are popping for that one. That's great.
Triple threat versus Revolution member. Absolutely. He
make it.
You know what? Special guest referee. Why not?
You should make it a three-way dance and throw Gentleman Chris Adams in there.
Ooh,
there you go.
Thinking about that.
And actually, James, both of them were part of Triple Threat. Benoit was in the Triple Threat before he went to WCW.
That's very
Benoit, Malenko, and Douglas were the original Triple Threat. So there you go.
Okay, so this might tug at the heartstrings of Jeff here and Noah with my next pick here. Heaven women's title match. It's a fatal 4-way. Daphne versus Luna Vachon versus Hana Kimura versus Ashley Massaro.
Yeah, it does. It does.
So I did that specifically for Jeff and Noah because I know he loves Hana. I know he loves Daphne. He's friends with Daphne. God rest their souls.
Friends with friends with Ash. Yeah. It's
So
say Ash came over to the old apartment.
She did. It's okay. Anyway.
Well, there you go. Number 6, Ultimate Submission Match. Antonio Inoki versus Bruno Sammartino.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's the match it should have been for the WWF Championship in Japan. Back when Inoki was good, but man, Bruno putting Inoki over would have been fucking major.
Mega. Yeah.
Mega major. Yeah.
Heaven International title match for number 7. Jay Briscoe versus Macho Man Randy Savage.
I like the Styles Clash here. That's good. I like that. Okay. Okay.
Two Savages too, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Randy Savage and a Savage in his own right, so why not?
Yeah.
And for the Heaven Heavyweight title, alliterations, pal, to round out the card, your main event, Big Van Vader versus Bam Bigelow.
And that's one match I really think that had the American companies both had the proper foresight, they could have got. I don't know if it ever happened in Japan. If somebody wants to Google that. I know it probably did happen at least once when I went in Japan, but it never got the full American coverage because by the time both of them came to American prominence, Vader was the monster heel, but Bam Bam wasn't there yet. And then when Bam Bam got there, Vader was already in the way down.
Yeah.
So that's one of the biggest what ifs I think in wrestling is having those guys have a pay-per-view level showcase. But man, that's a hell of a main event. Quite literally a heavyweight match. Absolutely.
Heavyweight match. Yep. And yeah. So hopefully everybody liked that. Thank you. Appreciate it. Not a bad card for somebody that everybody expects to book good cards, I guess. I have a lot to live up to, I guess.
Both of us do. Both of us have the Shawn Michaels 95 follow that aura about us when it comes to booking shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, if you go back to that show we did where everybody did their fantasy WrestleMania, I thought I had a pretty good one. Then James went, "All right, Jeff, hold your own beer." Like,
yeah, that's true. That's
hold
true.
mine and yours.
Yeah, no, serious. Well, yeah. At that time, you weren't drinking a lot yet, so it's like hold your. Let's see, what were we drinking back then? I don't know. Anyway,
Well, JJ got super
Fireball.
pissed, and he's like, "Well, you know what? I'm a fucking one up this motherfucker next time." So I'm curious on where we get here.
Right.
See, and like I feel like my card is good.
Mhm.
I don't know if I'd say it's better. Definitely
Okay.
different. Definitely
Yeah.
different because I have a lot of multi-person matches, like
Right.
James does. So it's like I think it's all just a matter of texture and taste. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
a little bit of everything.
that's the beauty of stuff like fantasy booking when it's done right, because at the end of the day, we're all wrestling fans first and foremost. We want to see what we want to see, and stuff like that. That James's card, I'm sure yours will be too. And who else participating, Walter?
yes.
Okay, I'm sure your cards will all be that proverbial wrestling based in the carnies, 3-ring circus. Okay, you don't like the lion act, go watch the clowns. You like the clowns, watch the fucking trapezes. Whatever. There's something for everybody. That card had something for everybody.
Yeah.
So
I feel good.
there you go.
There you go. All right. So
All right, Walter.
there you go.
All right. I figured I keep it simple. I didn't try to go crazy or with a theme and put all these multi-matches. No, I'm not making fun of you guys, but I kept
No,
it
that's
nice
fine.
and simple. So I started with a ha-ha match because I figured you got to do a throwback. So
Sure.
I put tuxedo match, Bobby the Brain Heenan versus Mean Gene Okerlund.
Yes.
It's a fun over.
It's got to be like pre-83 Heenan, so you actually work and not try to bump with a broken neck, though. Yeah. Like, Jesus. Oh, my God.
That's good. That's very good.
With Howard as the referee who doesn't lose his tuxedo for once. So there you go.
Yeah,
That's
there you go.
right.
Amen.
And then I did all single matches. So
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
yeah. So next I got Owen Hart versus Mr. Perfect.
Ooh.
Damn.
Yep.
Ooh, that's
Another
a
one that should have been
That's
and
a
would have
shout,
been.
Man.
That's a
That's
great
a
show.
technical masterclass right there, if I ever heard one.
Damn. Oh.
Accurate.
Then I got Battle of the Bigs, Andre the Giant versus Bam Bam Bigelow.
Oh, okay. All
Oh,
right.
that's a good one because there was legit heat. Andre did not like Bam Bam because Bam Bam was a big guy, and Andre was like, "This is my territory. Fuck you." So that's I like that. That's good.
Followed by another big man, Yokozuna versus Umaga.
Oh my God.
There you go.
Alawani Showcase. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Then I got Brian Pillman versus Chris Benoit.
Battle of the Horsemen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I got Sensational Sherry versus Luna Vachon.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We should have that 93. We should have had that match in 93.
Yeah,
so
we
that's
should
awesome.
have. Yeah, we should have.
Then I have Razor Ramon versus Bray Wyatt.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, not a bad one. Like that.
And then Eddie Guerrero versus Macho Man Randy Savage.
That's fair.
No,
Yeah, that's fair.
that would be 8. Yeah.
That's great. Oh, that's so not to horn on Noah's side of the name territory, but that's so simple and it's so perfectly booked. I love that.
Yeah, that's very good.
It's funny. Dylan asked me yesterday, I think it was yesterday, about Owen, and I wonder what would have happened if he hadn't had that fall. It's like, well, he and Brett were going to retire in 2000 anyway. Like their contracts were up, like they were done. But just imagine if they both carried on, and it would have ended up that Owen and Henning were in the same company at the same time. My God, just what like you said, Ash, what a technical masterclass that could have been. I know they had their match WrestleMania 5, but it was Owen as the Blazer. So really, really get to see Owen Hart in Owen Hart form in 1989. So I'm here for enough is enough. Look how big my damn nose is. Owen Hart versus Mr. Perfect. Like I'm here for that one. Like that's, oh my God, that would have been so great.
That's a dream tag team, to be honest.
Yes. Especially with as much as Kurt respected the Harts and vice versa. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm pissed I never put I'm actually pissed I didn't put Kurt Hennig on my card. That's a good show too.
It's one of those like unfortunate. It's going to sound weird to say it, but Kurt's passing kind of like falls beneath the radar. Like you don't really think about it because it happened and it was just like, all right. And then, Miss Elizabeth passed that year, and 03 was such a weird year. And like a lot of crazy shit happened. Road Warrior Hawk passed later that year. people forget not only that Kurt passed unexpectedly, but that it was the way he did. It was, I'll watch the DVD when I was, oh shit, that's right. It was what it was. But yeah, he's another one that his passing was so inexplicably imperfect that I think our brain just subconsciously block it out, and we try to think about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, all right, Jay.
Here we go.
Before I go, Ash or Jeff, do either of you have anything that you would like to try to ad lib or do your own little thing?
I go ahead, Ness.
Oh no, sorry. I was about to say I fantasy booking is not my forte. I don't have anything.
We can have her be a judge. Noah, Jeff, and Noah can be the judges of ours. There you go.
That's
I love all your ideas.
That's probably the fairest thing because I've loved both cards so far. So
Right?
I think I will respectfully abstain so I can be a clear, objective judge on all three.
Exactly.
All right.
There we go.
All righty then. Here we go with mine and chat room. You can kind of sound off as to who had the better show here. You guys along with Noah, Ash, and Jeff can, be the poll, the voters here.
Yes.
So I'm kicking my show off hot, heavy, fast-paced, and technical. The Dynamite Kid versus Chris Benoit with Woman.
Yep.
Cool. Woo. All right.
Yep.
Okay. Damn.
Following that up. Oh, go ahead, Jeff.
I wish we could have got Tommy versus Chris with both of them prime shape. God damn it, that would have been such a fucking thing of beauty. My goodness.
James or Walter, whoever, since you're producing, if anybody is commenting as I read these, go ahead and bring that up because I've got my little document with my matches kind of blocking everything.
Yeah, I got you.
Going from that match to some tag team action. The Minnesota Wrecking Crew, Ole and Gene versus the Blackjacks, Lanza and Mulligan.
Ooh, that's a hard one.
Man, that is a long-reaching cut, but goddamn would it be something.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to start to get to some of my multi-people matches now. And in the tradition of its inception, I am bringing Money in the Bank back to WrestleMania.
Yeah. Goddamn right.
And I have both a men's and a women's. First up is the women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
Uh-huh.
Ashley Massaro versus Daphne versus Hana Kimura versus Luna versus Mae Young versus Nicole Bass.
Oh, wow.
And my main focus here was going for women that were never world champion in WWE.
Oh.
That's fair. That's fair. And honestly, Ashley got the closest.
Yeah, I had Chyna in it originally, but I was like, no, Chyna became champion. I had Sherry Martel in it originally. Sherry was champion. So I took them both out because I wanted it to be women that never achieved that feat.
Yeah.
It's the same thing when I get to my men's one, just a little tease.
Part of me wants like the great Mae Young, like Johnny Mae Young, like 50s Mae Young. Part of me wants to see the Mae Young we all saw in the ladder match.
I want the Mae Young from the Queen of the Rain movie.
Okay.
I want prime Mae Young, not Mae Young that gave birth to a hand and was fucking Mark Henry.
to be fair, Jay, that Mae Young would be crazy to actually do a ladder match.
This is fair. I mean, she got powerbombed off the stage through a table by Bubba Deadly. So,
okay, so she has the looks from the 50s, but everything she knows now, that's a scary thought.
Oh my God! Right?
That's a scary thought.
No, we don't want to send the Mae Young back in time. It'll ruin. Oh my God! Anyway, go ahead, Jay.
All right.
OnlyFans? What's that?
We have some. James.
Sorry.
We have the first of two trios tag team matches.
Oh, geez.
Chris, David, and Fritz von Erich versus Angelo Poffo, the Genius, and Randy Savage with Miss Elizabeth.
Wow. Wow. I forgot Lanny passed. I'm an asshole. Wow.
I did too.
Damn. The Von Erichs versus the Poffos. That's wild. Yep. That's
with
wild.
Elizabeth at ringside with Randy, baby.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude.
No offense to Lex, but at ringside with Mach where she belongs.
Oh no.
And this is this is a WrestleMania card. She deserves to be at ringside with Mach.
Yeah.
That's right. Just like at WrestleMania in the main event, Paul Heyman's gonna be with CM Punk. Suck it, Roman. Carry on.
Dude, I was so happy.
I am too.
All right, we're going into my next trios tag match just because I want to save the men's Money in the Bank for a little closer to the main event.
All right.
Balls Mahoney, Axel, and Ian Rotten versus LOD 2000, Hawk, Animal, and Draws.
Oh,
Jesus.
Holy.
Okay, so they have to have that particular match take place in Philly because every other place, the Riot will shut the thing down.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe Chicago.
Maybe Chicago. Maybe, that's true. Maybe the Rosemont. Maybe that's fair. That's fair.
I assume.
And I mean, Jersey is just crazy enough to house it. I mean, have you met anyone from Jersey? Cough.
Not on purpose, but yes.
I was
but
gonna say,
yeah. Having Axel and Ian on the same page on a card like this would just, oh my god, like.
And then you've got the history with Axel and Balls too.
Right, exactly.
They're swinging freaks.
No, it's I was in and both these guys have passed unfortunately, but seeing Supreme and Ian Rotten in a no rope barbed wire rope death match 30 feet in front of me is something that will forever be embedded in my skull.
Ian Rotten's dead?
Yes.
All three.
They both are. Yeah. Ian passed before Axel did.
James.
Yeah.
Really? Oh shit. Well, there you go. Fucking
all right. Keeping in line with my women's Money in the Bank is being people that never achieved world title in WWE. My men's Money in the Bank ladder match.
Oh boy.
Davey Boy Smith versus Jimmy Snuka versus Mr. Perfect versus Razor Ramon versus Ravishing Rick Rude versus Roddy Piper versus Test versus Texas Tornado.
Wow.
And yes, Jeff, you just heard me book Rick Rude on a fucking card.
Well, that and there are a lot of guys in that match that it can only be booked in heaven because most of them would have done a ladder match. Roddy definitely wouldn't have in sound mind. Roddy was he hated ladder matches, always did. Rude, I think, would have done it because he did the Cage of the Warrior. So he proved he's like, whatever, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah.
Razor's done one.
Razor's done a couple.
Snuka's known for jumping off the top of cages, so the glory spot of him doing the Superfly splash off the top of the ladder.
I'm definitely here for a ladder dive, Superfly splash as opposed to the cage because that was never done that I know of.
All right.
That's good, man. That's solid booking. I like that one. Okay.
All right, now, and if you really want to nitpick, either one of these can be main event, but I'm just going the way I'm going to go.
Okay.
Your semi-main event, Eddie Guerrero versus Owen Hart.
Yep. Somebody did say that in the comments.
Yeah, they did. So that's good though. Great minds think alike, and that's another one that had Owen survived and had Eddie been in the company sooner. Hell, even if Owen had stayed on his contract, and when Radicals crossed over, we could have got that.
Yeah.
Whew. Yeah, lies.
He would have probably been in the Radicals. Who are we kidding?
Well, I mean, yeah.
If he wrestled Bret Hart, that still would have probably happened. He would have definitely joined them.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So
anyway,
and for your main event, keeping with the theme of WrestleMania these last few years, Bloodline rules. The Wild Samoans versus 3 Minute Warning.
Oh wow.
Yep. Yeah.
Dude, that's a heart tugger, that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's Eddie and Matt at 3 Minute Warning.
Yes, it's not Rosie the Shit and Umanga. It is 3 Minute Warning.
Okay.
Rosie and Paul.
This shit.
I'm gonna let Ash and Noah go first on the judging because I have. Go ahead.
My God, these are all good cards. So holy shit, I'd watch all of them.
Yeah,
at that, I would watch all of them.
I'd pay AEW prices for the pay per view.
There you go.
Fair analysis. Yeah, each definitely covered quite a wide range of dynamic and gimmicks, even taking people out of their comfort zone and put them into gimmicks, whether they were in the mindset or not. That, of course, up in heaven, you truly are everything that you were meant to be without any sort of repercussions or restraint. You definitely tug my heartstring with the women, particularly with Hana Kamara and Ashley mentioned in the same sentence. Two women taken way too early, never got to that top echelon, had left such a lasting impact on so many young female lives in and out of the business. So kudos to you all, including Ashley and Hana in the same match. I've always been one, though, where it comes to Wrestlemania, simple booking and singles for the best stories and the most focused, not over a clustered conference, the way to go, but based on the way you looked at tag team dynamics, bringing the gimmick back of Money in the Bank and ladder matches. I respect that as well. Each of you gave matches that I would just book in one mega card of 8. So in this, you don't judge, you just appreciate. So kudos to all three of you and really bringing out what HeavenMania is truly supposed to be about. Not to mention bringing some names that didn't even come to my mind. I think Antonio Inoki and Bruno Sammartino would have been a one-of-a-kind attraction that would have rewrote both WWF and New Japan Pro Wrestling as we know it. And God knows my love of Tentacle Wrestling. If Zack Virginia and Bryan Danielson is the modern-day Tentacle Classic, then the immortal Tentacle Classic would have been Owen Hart and Eddie Guerrero. There is nothing that can match that. So great job by all three of you.
Yeah, I definitely would have elements of all three, if I'm being honest. I have to agree with my colleagues. There's so much good in all three of them that, you know, I love the booking reasoning behind the Money in the Bank matches that Jay had. I love the simplicity of Walter having all one-on-one matches and starting off with a haha. Very much WrestleMania 12-esque. All right, let's get the Hucker the Nacho Man out of the way. Let's have Gene and Bobby cut it up and have a tuxedo match and have Howard not lose his shorts for once.
Screw the Battle Royal. Just have a gimmick one-on-one, and that's about as gimmick as you're going to get.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Yeah. There you go. Have it be a lumberjack tuxedo match. All the guys in the game got to roll around the ring this time instead of Gene and Bobby calling them. They're surrounding Gene and Bobby.
Jesus.
They're not all dead. I understand that, but
I mean, yeah, there's that.
Yeah, gun in my head, gut instinct. I'm choosing JJ just because I love the idea of the Money in the Bank matches, and then the tag team main event's not fair because I'm so close with the Anawahi, so it's like fuck. Surprised nobody booked Dusty anywhere, to be honest with you. Not one of you booked Dusty, so I was like, okay.
I have a plan. Dusty's the one who booked all of this, and we just inherited his spirit.
That's valid as fuck. That's valid as fuck. Fair enough. Fair enough.
He should be the ring announcer to everything.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. Dusty's the book. Okay, that makes total sense.
He booked everything, and we were just like the ones that put it all together because we're fucking crazy.
I did scratch what I called the big meaty men slapping meat battle royal off of my show, and Dusty was in that.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Well,
So,
we'll
like-
put that on the pre-show.
Yeah, I was gonna say the big meaty men slapping meat battle royal was Andre the Giant, Bam Bam Bigelow, Bastion Booger, Big Daddy V, Big Dick Dudley, Big John Studd, Crash Holly, Dusty Rhodes, Earthquake, Giant Baba, Giant Gonzalez, Giant Haystacks, Gorilla Monsoon, Haystacks Calhoun, Jim Neidhart, Kamala, King Kong Bundy, Mantar, Mike Awesome, Sid Vicious, Steve Williams, Uncle Elmer, Vader, Yokozuna, and Zeus.
Okay,
Uncle
okay.
Elmer's a
I
deep
am
cut.
I am popping so hard for the fact that there's all these big motherfuckers and then Crash Holly.
Yeah, no, that's my favorite.
He was
That's my
allegedly
favorite.
over 500 pounds.
He was
That's my
allegedly
favorite
500
part.
pounds. They're
That's
just
my favorite
He was a
part.
super heavyweight, damn it.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
it.
my
He
God.
always had the scale to prove it.
Okay, all right. The only way that's even better is if Crash wins.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. He's the one who eliminates Dusty Rhodes.
And
That's what I
Dusty
was
was
gonna
booking
put
that way
you in it.
because he's a super genius, baby. Oh
Yes,
my
he
God.
is. Absolutely, baby.
That is how I would have booked it, is to have Crash win. You have him hide under the ring for a good chunk of it, and then when it's like
Yes.
the last two men, fucking
Yes.
Crash emerges and just eliminates the last man standing.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah.
Where did Crash Holly come from? He must
I
have been in the
love-
ring the whole time.
I love that booking. That definitely puts it over the top for me for years, Jay, even though it was a bonus match. And the fact that Dusty's booking everything, I love it all, baby.
Yeah,
It's,
you know
be-
what?
it's beautiful.
JJ got me with that because the definition of infinite meat, he nailed it.
Well, you know, the Andre now is usually on the SmackDown Go Home, if at all. So that's why
Right.
I pulled it. But like,
No, it's fair.
That's fair.
That's good though.
and
Yeah.
then, like I said, the big meaty men slapping meat battle royal, baby. Woo! Big
One by
division.
Crash Holly.
Okay, so you know, all right. Since we brought that up, you know what I was gonna do? Here's what I was gonna do.
Oh, here we go. Now James has to try to one up me to get his
This is
thing
what you
back.
started.
So,
Right. Yeah.
I just had to counter the fact that nobody had Dusty booked, because I just scrapped it.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
right,
fair.
right.
I had two different matches together. I combined the two. It was the Bray Wyatt and Brody Lee match
Oh, okay.
against
Okay.
Bruce Brody and Brian Pillman, and I thought that made sense. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna put them in that." But the other thing I did was I did book.
Oh God. I can't-
I booked Balls Mahoney to take on ESW wrestler Wicked J, who also.
Whoa.
Yeah. I knew
That's
Jeff
fucking
would know.
bananas.
I know Jeff would know that one.
Yes.
That's a deep cut for him.
Yeah.
I know for a fact. So yeah, he was a backyard wrestler who did go pro for a stint.
Yep. Briefly,
had
but he did. Yeah.
Had
Wow.
all the fucking tools to go pro and make it far in the industry.
Yeah.
Literally died not in the ring, not doing backyard wrestling because of a fucking garbage accident, because he was taking
Yep.
out trash and the thing crushed him, unfortunately.
That is one of the wildest stories. That was just like, really, all this shit, and it's that. It just
So with that said, though, we just gave you all the matches that we had come up with. So in the words of Dame Drops, it's super official. We're gonna make it 12 nights per card. There we go. We'll go
right there. You go. There you go.
Dusty Rhodes
Yeah,
was
sorry, had a frog in my throat. Those were all, like I said, so good. And you've got, what I noticed is you got so many of the same people, and even the same people in the same matches on all three cards. Like they had like certain elements tweaked, but it's very telling that a lot of the same people are put together, because we know, had they had the opportunity, they would have gelled like butter together. So that's great. I like that. Very cool.
There you go.
Anyway, yeah, well done to all three of you. Bravo. I'm glad I didn't partake, because I would have felt lesser than now. So,
Well, you're right up there on the boat with Ash, to be fair.
yeah, and I'm seeing the chat about Buddy Rogers again.
Yeah, true.
Buddy Rogers has really been more glorified in modern times by those who write the history books. But if you go back and if you actually read the accounts of those that were there, Buddy was only the first WWF champion because Vince and Toots did not want to put up with trying to book vets. And they had control over Buddy, and they liked that.
Yep.
Buddy was never going to be the quintessential NWA champion for all time, especially when Lou decided he wanted to come back and play some more. So I think Buddy Rogers' place in history is secure. He is the original Nature Boy. He was technically the first WWF champion. But looking back, I think that and again, this is a take from somebody that, wasn't there obviously, but I've had the chance to study it and, learn from, watching and listening and being observant. I think that had Buddy not had the heart problems he had that led to Bruno defeating him in short order and Bruno becoming what Bruno became, I don't know that Buddy's legacy would have been near as long-reaching.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just, my own bias because I became such a fan of Ric Flair and the legacy that he instilled as the Nature Boy. But I've watched Buddy on tape. I've watched Buddy work. I've wrestle and promos second to none. Like, my God. But I don't know if Buddy Rogers would have been as historically important had he not happened to be the person that was the first WWF champion. But I appreciate you bringing him up, Safet, 4 different times in the comments. Yeah, typos. I know. I'm being a dick.
Well, I mean, we live in the world of typos, and we appreciate those that still bring it out whenever they can to express themselves. So
that is gimmick convention, not Walter. So watch that.
That's right. Which is why we knew what he was saying the first time and didn't need it the other 3 is because of Walter. We learned how to speak typo.
Instead, we can speak typo
to a degree.
And because of James, we know how to speak Tism also. So
this is true.
We can speak Tism. That's wild.
Listen, we got all bases covered. It's great.
No wonder America reads at a 6th grade.
We have a bases covered. We should know which way to run them.
Ron,
I also speak Ebonics.
Wow.
Look up Ebonics, you say?
Yes, that too.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Well, that was I was in a hurry. Anyway.
Yeah, that's about as much as I remember this going. Oy.
James excuse me. Noah, would you like to say your good nights and get to sleep, good sir? Because you look like you're about to fall asleep on the headset. We appreciate you keeping your word and coming in like you did.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good to be back, but I've learned definitely these past 2 weeks, especially at 1 a.m., sometimes taking care of mental fatigue is far more valuable than dealing with the physical fatigue. And sometimes you really do need this thing called sleep. So God bless all of you. I'll see you literally
next week for karaoke, baby.
Well, no, don't forget he does AEW Dynasty here this evening.
That's right. That's tonight. I forgot about that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not watching except for your guys.
For us because it's not midnight yet, but for him,
right.
It's, so
right.
Well, right. I hope for your sake, Noah, AEW does what they do and delivers on pay-per-view because the TV buildup has been a trip.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, Dynasty's not one of the original Big Four, so I never consider them to put that much of an effort into that versus the Big Four. But suspension of disbelief, it still should be a fun night of wrestling, and it's good to be back verbally in the commentary scene. And in general, it's good to be back in a better state of mind, and it's good to be back with all of you. But for now, yes, I'm going to bed because I have obligations now even more so to fulfill for my commitments towards church. So thank you, gentlemen and ladies. Bid y'all find adieu. Till Dynasty, goodbye and good night, and God bless you.
Good night, Noah. And if you guys missed Simply Predicting earlier today, go to the archives, check it out. We had a full 6-man panel, including Ash, including Walter and I, including our good buddy DJ from Rock and Ropes, and including the Shenanigans Simply Reliable Studios debut of our buddy Hannibal from across the pond.
Oh, shit.
who joined us today to discuss AEW. Stream damn near went 4 hours. It was almost like an AEW pay-per-view. I think we clocked it at like 3 hours, 51 minutes, and some seconds.
Yeah.
It was everything but simple.
I was going to say, yeah. When does the show just start being called predicting? Because it's not simple going at 4 hours. All right.
Well, when you have such insanity is the best word to describe it, with people that have their thoughts as to where storylines should go. How can you book everything from Dynasty to Double or Nothing to All In?
Yeah.
Possibly even further to Forbidden Door and Wrestle Dream.
Yeah.
You've got guys like DJ and Hannibal who are on such polar opposite sides of the fence when it comes to AEW.
Yes.
Me and James are kind of in the middle of their two opinions.
Yeah.
So, it was just a fun time though. Like I said,
I'm glad.
4 hours of predicting. Tomorrow morning when y'all wake up, if you don't have church or when you're done with church, go check that out and then come to us for your Dynasty coverage.
Yes.
Yeah. And please come watch their coverage. And I will say this because on the way to where the hell are we going, Dad and I? Probably a hockey game because that's what we do. And we were talking about, Frankie's upcoming opportunity, which I'm going to talk about at the end. And just, where everybody's gone in the years. Oh, no, it wasn't my dad. It was Teresa. I was driving with Teresa. And I mentioned to her, she asked about the old PWG management team. And she asked about Excalibur. I said, oh, he's still in business. He's still working PWG. Why? I said, I don't know either. She goes, yeah, he's such an asshole. I went, oh my God. Teresa had it 20 years ago. He's such an asshole. Like, even she remembers how much of a useless bum Excalibur.
I don't remember Excalibur being that much of a tool.
Yeah, he is. He's
Super Dragon, I definitely remember.
Yes.
Excalibur, I don't remember being that big of an asshole. I vaguely remember him being one of those where, like, it kind of depended what day you caught him on. Sometimes he was super chill. Sometimes he was a dick. Because I have a picture with him.
Yeah, I do too.
His mask and everything, super chill. So
I don't
recall him being that much of a dick. Otherwise, I don't think he would have posed for the picture.
I think it was more. He was standoffish, and that can come off as being an asshole a lot of the time. Because Excalibur's always been very standoffish with everybody,
and that's how I remember Ronan.
Oh yeah, Ronan for sure.
Kind of a standoffish dick to the point where the picture that I do have with him, he's out of his mask, and he just looks awkward standing there.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I have a similar.
I remember Ronan, but I don't remember Excalibur that way.
Well, like I said, she brought him up. I mentioned what he was doing, and that was her comment. I'm like, God damn, if she remembers from 20 years ago, then maybe it wasn't just me.
I just don't remember him being an asshole.
Yeah,
there
but
were
either way,
guys that were on that show that were dicks.
Oh yeah,
I never interacted with Excalibur enough to where I remember him being an
right.
asshole. So
right. Well, my point was, rather than listen to him call a pay-per-view, have the simple man, our buddy Noah Foster, call the show for you because he has the passion behind it, and he ain't biased because he's getting paid by the Young Bucks. So there you go.
That's right.
True. Amen. Yeah.
Which I gotta say, man, we missed you like crazy Tuesday and Wednesday.
I know.
Going back, I told Noah the same thing. I didn't tell him. I wasn't saying it to make him feel bad, but I did genuinely miss him because I was really looking forward to having him and you on those watch alongs.
Yeah.
I know.
In some ways, I think it worked out better though, because instead of two people that were there watching it, one person that had never seen it before, it was one person that was there watching it with two people that had never seen it.
Yeah, Walter and I had
it was James and Walter.
Walter.
Okay.
Yeah, Walter
They
and I
kind of stepped up and filled the void that you guys left.
Okay.
And we got to have that blast and introducing them to the guerrilla style. And when I'm done here, I'll let James say what he kept saying about PWG there. But going back fucking 20 years ago, looking at baby Rocky Romero,
yes,
looking at baby Frankie Kazarian with the long ponytail, the coolest wrestler alive.
Yes.
Looking
Officially.
at Bryan Danielson with a bald head and a Grizzly Adams beard.
Oh my God, yes.
Looking at
Evil
Jake
Dragon.
Noble fresh out of the WWE before he won the ROH title.
Yep.
You know, looking at AJ Styles with the farmer boy comb down hair and the Fallen Angel and Samoa Joe when he was slimmer than what he is now, but still fucking go. Looking at Chris Sabin when Ace Austin looked like Chris Sabin did then.
Right. Yeah.
P.D. Williams doing the fucking Destroyer. Joey Ryan when he was still the technical wizard coming out in the Jedi cloaks with the fucking JRDC logo knockoff. Fucking Chris Bosch and Scott Lost calling out Tard Boy at ringside.
Oh my God.
You know, some of it doesn't age well in 20,
no,
but
fuck no.
But it was still fun to going back and looking at Scorpio Sky in a lucha mask.
Dude, it was so crazy, dude.
For real,
Like,
right?
what?
Yeah.
El
so
Generico, Mr. Wrestling, Kevin
Steen. By the way,
Disco Machine, Excalibur. They had never seen Excalibur wrestle.
Oh, that's
They
right.
got to see Excalibur, the announcer, as a wrestler.
Yeah.
Was it the weekend they turned on Dragon?
No,
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
Because they
no,
were
it was before that. It was before that. Yeah. Okay.
But this is the weekend that kind of kicked off the almost year-long program between Scott and Sky.
Yes. It really kicked into high gear at the anniversary in July, though, because that's when Scott bloodied him up. Yeah.
But the first night when it was Scott, Chris, and Joey.
Yes.
Versus Scorpio, Quicksilver, and I think Generico. No, Generico was in the main event the first night.
Yeah.
Didn't Dino team within that show?
No.
Just for random shit?
Else.
Okay.
I forget.
I'm forgetting now who the third man was, but irrelevant. But
it
kind of started there, then built to the 2-year show.
Yeah.
And then the eventual I Quit match.
Yeah, God. That moment, and then the moment at the anniversary show, I'll never forget what side of the JCC I was on. I was away on the opposite side of the front door, not quite on the corner of the ring in that section, but damn near. And just I've never seen that much blood in front of me other than the XPW show, because it's a whole other situation. But at PWG, I never seen that much blood in front of me at one time from one person. That Scott just beat the fucking dog out of Sky right after he and Quicksilver regained the tag titles. It was just something. That whole year, 2005, I think was my.
It was Frankie and the AXP.
Frankie, yes, that's right. Frankie and AXP. That's what it was. That's because Frankie was no longer the PWG champion, and it was not quite turned back baby face after losing the title yet.
There was a lot of awesome talent on
two
particular shows. Like, because when I saw it, the person who uploaded it, fucking Johnny Storm is a stud. I don't know why nobody picked him up.
Dude,
that shocked the hell out of me.
I saw Johnny Storm at the one XPW show I went to, the one weekend, February 28th and March 1st, 2003, my birthday and the day before. He was on that card. They were trying to make inroads into the UK with XPW. That was, of course, the week before they shut down and the feds did what they did with XPW. But they were, because Shane was running Shane Douglas, pronouns pal, was running the company. They were trying to make inroads with the UK, and Johnny Storm was their guy. Just another amazing talent that just people don't talk about near enough anymore.
Yeah, and you could tell he learned a lot from Johnny Saint, by the way. Because
yes.
That was crazy. Some of the stuff he was pulling out, I hadn't seen that in years.
Yeah, I will say I hated that I missed it. If nothing else, in my 23 years of doing this, almost, I've always been trying to be upfront with the audience and try to be, transparent. There was a reason why, and I'll get to that in a minute. But Tuesday night I was at the Kings game with Teresa, with my sister, and Wednesday night I was at work. I had to work that night. The reason my plans changed is toward the end of last week, my dad was complaining of having headaches, and he, as my dad do, just wouldn't go in and get checked out. And he finally just like, okay, I better get checked out because it's really starting to bother me. And it turned out he'd had a cerebral hemorrhage.
Wow. Okay.
And he was in the hospital. I got the call Sunday, letting me know that he was in the ER, and I was actually not babysitting, because they're not babies, they're teenagers, but teen sitting your daughter and her beau at the House of Mouse. And this is right before we left, or right before I checked in with him, because I was there overnight because I worked the previous night. So I was cruising around on my scooter, trying not to lose my shit. And then it gets better. Tuesday, he was released from the hospital, told he could go home, and not quite late afternoon, more like mid-afternoon, around school release time here in California. He told my mom he was going to hop in the shower. He was going to go to the Kings game. Same day he was released from the hospital. And he went to go step in, and his body decided to have a seizure. And he flat-backed in our bathroom and completely knocked himself cold. It turned out that in the process of doing that, not only did the other stuff amplify, he incurred a very small fracture in his back, to the point that he's in a back brace, so make sure he doesn't get paralysis.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Came home yesterday, late last night, actually, and stayed home today with me and watched the Kings beat the Oilers. Good job, boys. Thank you. So that's where we're at. That's why I was absent, because all the shit with the shower and everything happened Tuesday. And for JJ reference, I think I said this to you on the phone, but I'll say it on the air that way people can understand. I was in Teresa and JJ's neighborhood, and we were at the local Rocket right by Teresa's place, when my mom filled me in on, okay, so you're going to the game after all because. And this is like 3:30, and we're supposed to be on the air at 4:35 o'clock after the review. Like, oh, well, fuck me. So that's why I've kind of been silent as far as like not being on streams this week. But I realized that I need to not dwell on it, because that's exactly what my dad would not want to do. He's determined to go back to work. Like if it was up to him, he'd be back at work Monday, driving himself. And it's like, okay, here's the thing, you're not doing that. So we are going to take this day by day, as we always do in my family. As we do, we will get through it together. But I will have the benefit of getting through it with you crazy people in this room and you crazy people watching at home, because starting a week from tonight is my second Christmas of the year, because it's WrestleMania week. So I get to have all the funs. I get to do karaoke and sing like a jackass. I get to sign in my friends at Mania, listen to me, at Disney. And then it's
no review. To fucking WrestleMania.
Fuck me, right? Dude, if I could make enough phone calls,
I'm here. The fuck out the way.
Right? Seriously. Yeah.
Conrad, the original Podfather. Thank you.
That's right. And I love Conrad, but goddamn, I gotta have liquor in me where I can agree with that right now. I'll probably have a morning go, fuck, I gotta call Conrad. But yeah, we get the review on Tuesday. Great. Like everything is finally built to WrestleMania. We're finally here next week. So it's gonna be my Wusa, Jay. You know me, my Wusa. I gotta get it at Disney, but WrestleMania is like the Uber Wusa. Yeah. So I'm here for it, brother. So that is why I was absent. And I do apologize, because I still have yet to watch either night of that show back. since I went to night 1, since I missed night 2 to go to Hall of Fame instead. So yeah, I will still go back and watch it. I'll probably sync one screen up with the YouTube video of their stuff and one with you guys. That way I get the proper experience. But yeah, PWG, before PWG priced us all out of it going. Great. And again, James, you said it. The talent there was just on another level.
Yeah.
TNA guys, when they were still in their prime, Samoa
guys.
Joe,
Yep.
and again, Joe, I always have fond memories of Joe at PWG because his stupid promo about a random keychain he had in his pocket, just stupid random indie shit like that is what got us through. I was going to say earlier, 2005 was probably my peak year as far as the interviews we did were extraordinary. My first interview with RVD was that year. The indie shows I got to attend, so not any WWE shows, and the independent shows I got to attend were just on another level that year. And I was hanging out with my friends and doing stupid shit that we can't possibly air now. And it was a time of my life, and I was 22 years old and gave not a single fuck, not a one. And I definitely look forward to going back and watching that show back, and going back and watching Jason Takes PWG now that that's available on YouTube as well, because that anniversary is coming up pretty soon too. So
yep, next month.
That's crazy. May, the first half of May is going to be batshit. It's the last part of our Star Wars season at work. Of course, it's May the 4th. And there's so much good wrestling shit out there, and then the milestones are crazy too. So.
Big year for milestones, and made sure to talk up the whole meeting you thing at PWG night 1.
Yeah.
None of this would have happened without that meeting.
No.
Yeah, it's a historic show.
No, and
for us, anyway.
For multiple reasons. I mean, like we talked about on the call, it was the first All-Star weekend.
Yep.
Night 2 was Frankie's SoCal farewell before leaving to the WWE. Now, granted, he became the King of Velocity before he was the King of TNA.
Yeah.
Didn't exactly work out for him, but it was an emotional night. The speech, we got to see all that in the watch back. Meeting Jeff, it was a big weekend.
Was that the show Mikey showed up in his Indiana Jones gear?
No. Mikey
that was later.
Mikey was there.
Okay.
But this was our first show.
So, okay, that's fair.
No.
Okay.
Because he didn't even start Disney until like September, October that year.
God damn, that's right. Okay.
Get hired in right at the 50th. He started later in the year.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if his hiring in lined up with you and Teresa getting together, or if that shit was in my head.
Roughly.
Yeah. Okay. God, man.
So that show was probably beginning of 06.
That's fair.
Because you got to figure it would have had to been cold enough for him to come from work with the jacket and everything.
Yeah, I know
that story too. Once we got the whole Tard Boy on the camera,
Chris Bosch is a legend, and I don't mean the basketball player. My God, I missed that son of a bitch. Christmas Boscherelli, yes. So I will say, I also that show, those pair of shows, but night 1 especially because that's the only one I got to attend, is historically significant for me. Because that was actually my first date with Dylan's mother. And I look back at, the butterfly effect is the butterfly effect. Wow. Okay. Aaron, if you're watching this, I am drinking butterfly effect. The butterfly effect is a sumbitch. Had access services, the ADA courtesy service, booked her ride home correctly for 12 midnight the night of April 1st, instead of picking her up 12 hours later like was booked, and we hadn't found a different ride for her home, she wouldn't have stayed right here, and we never would have got together. So thank you, PWG. I think.
I think.
Well, for all the problems that came with her,
still has
got
Dylan.
your son who just celebrated his birthday yesterday.
I was gonna say that's a perfect segue. Let's do it. Let's do that. Oh my goodness. 17 years of sideways glances, and the best is yet to come, my boy. Yesterday. Happy birthday, Bubba. 17, man. Fucking crazy. Oh, I can't believe he's 17 years old. That shit blows my mind.
Happy birthday, Goob.
Yeah. So the picture on the right, JJ, you haven't been back to the arena, I don't think, in a hot minute. They completely gutted out that side of the arena and turned it into a terrace
I know.
seating.
You told me you had to give up your seats.
So, but where we're sitting is directly behind our old seats. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. We ain't going to be sitting over here very often. Come here. I had the extra just take a bunch of pictures of me and Dylan sitting as close to our seats as possible.
There you go.
So that's what that was. But yeah, the first one, maybe day 2, maybe first day, me feeding him. I can't remember if it was day 1 or day 2. We were taking a lot of pictures at that point. So, but yeah, 17 years yesterday. One more year, and then who the fuck knows?
Yep.
Crazy.
Well,
anyway, yes.
We did get a super chat from Emmanuel.
I saw that.
Hi, Emmanuel.
You know, the other Dominguez is the one that wasn't in the battle riot tonight.
Yes.
Right.
$2 from Emmanuel. Thank you very much. Thoughts on the Charlotte and Tiff segment from this past week?
Rough.
I'm going to say this.
Oh, boy.
I still have not watched SmackDown in its entirety.
Right.
I watched the opening segment with Paul and Punk.
Yes.
I watched this segment because it was uploaded in its entirety on YouTube.
Yep.
I hear it's been edited since it was originally uploaded, but I saw it still in its entirety because the stuff that was removed, I heard it in it on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to say this. I thought that promo was exactly what this feud needed.
Oh, okay.
I thought that Tiffany showed Charlotte she was not going to be a fucking doormat.
Fair.
I don't care if either one of them went off script, because if you look at the sit down from the week prior, it looked like Charlotte went off script and Tiffany wasn't prepared for it.
Right.
So Tiffany came out there this week, was like, okay, bitch, you want to take the gloves off? I'm coming for your ass.
Right.
And she showed Charlotte she was not going to be a fucking doormat.
Yep.
She fired back in the very best Phil Brooks type of way. And I loved every minute of it because Ashley looked dumbfounded.
Yeah, she did.
I loved every fucking minute of it.
No, I really think, and this, you know, this is coming from a Charlotte fan who had said that he was going for Tiffany throughout this feud. I really feel like they rushed her back to television, even though she's cleared, even though she's ready, whatever. And they were not prepared with anything of substance to give them. And even if it looks like they, quote, went off script or gloves are off or whatever, I think this is exactly, like you said, Jay, what they need to do. If they didn't have anything creatively prepared and they're just having them wing it, then make it look like they're just creatively winging it. They don't know what the fuck's going to happen. The audiences know what's going to happen. The writers don't know what's going to happen. I wonder how reactionary it was, only because Tiffany directly targeted the divorce, knowing that people know, but, you know, Andrade and her have only been made part of storyline here and there, and definitely not on WWE television officially.
Yep.
Whereas Ludwig and Tiffany have never been addressed on WWE television together. And Ashley or whoever throwing in that in her DM stuff, that that seemed like one of two things. Either, okay, we've got the gloves off, I'm just going to go for it, or that may have gotten prior approval, and it was just made it look like it was more off the cuff than it was. Either way, Jay, like you said, and I'll be honest with you too, last night's show was the first show I've watched all the way through since the Elimination Chamber. Just been too busy, to be perfectly honest with you. But I'm really only interested in WrestleMania right now for the 2 main event matches. Like, the other the card looks solid. But if I'm only able to catch one match each night, which I guess is the way it should be, you want to see the main events. That's what I'm interested in. I honestly don't really care if I miss the other matches because I'm not invested like I feel like I should be. And there was a great point brought up. I forget where I was watching, so forgive me. But it was brought up that, Bischoff's show, 83 weeks. The fact that, it was brought up, I don't know if it was a super chat or if it was just somebody in their room questioning Eric. When is it going to be time to withdraw the phrase, they get a main event match from the Royal Rumble winner? And I'm like, we were just talking about that a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Because neither Rumble winner is in the main event match. Fuck, the women's title match is barely where are you going to put that? Not going to open the show. It doesn't have enough behind it. I think the world title match does now, especially with the way Gunther beat the fuck out of Jimmy on Monday. But I'm still not buying either one of those as a main event for WrestleMania because now we know for sure it's not going to be the case. So it's like, how far do we go with this? It should definitely be the winner gets a championship opportunity at WrestleMania. And that's how it has been. That's how it should be. But they need to take the words main event out of that little carrot dangling. So if nothing else, we're gonna poop on Conrad for me being the original Podfather, but he and Eric were right along with us, man. And actually, Conrad referenced NoDQ.com in a post that was on about what the fuck? I forget what post they were referencing, but they referenced NoDQ. So Conrad gets it too. Conrad understands what's up. But yeah, they were definitely go to the bathroom, James. Do your business and then come back and do business. My goodness. Anyway. Yeah, it's the segment. I wish they could do more with both of them. I think Tiffany's so talented. Mm-hmm. And I think if they'd have just brought Charlotte back and just let it organically happen rather than her winning the Rumble, I don't think it would be this much of a visceral problem. Which is what you warned about. What we all warned about, knowing she was coming back. It's like, oh, they're gonna fucking Charlotte her again.
Yeah. That's the sad part about Charlotte Flair's booking is just like if she's not in the title picture, they don't know what to do with her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that was very much Rick's thing in the late 80s, early 90s. They tried moving him away from the world title, and the crowd was like, no, he's the champion. Stop that. We don't want to see him fighting the TV champion on some random ass 605 show. Like, put him in the fucking main event. What are you doing? I'm not saying Charlotte's, God, listen to me. Charlotte's, the main event all the time, but, Tiffany made a very good point. She's been pigeonholed into it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's a player. That's why it was so imperative that Dustin established Goldust, so he wouldn't be the Dweem's boy. It's worked for Cody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But because Cody's told the story the right way.
Yes.
And been allowed to tell the story the right way. Dustin in 1996, it wouldn't have worked because Dusty was still active booking.
Yep. He was still active wrestling too, I think.
Part of it, that's fair. That's fair too.
Because he was NWO.
Oh my God. Oh,
Jesus. Oh, that's
give me a cerebral hemorrhage remembering that shit.
I mean, to be fair,
for that one.
to be fair, to be totally fair, though, it would have worked with Dusty if it was strictly him and the Wolfpack with Scott Hall and Nash. And they didn't just split Scott Hall from Nash and put him back with the black and white because
within like a month.
Yeah. God knows fucking why, by the way, because he would have fucking fit. Like, by the way, you want to know why the fucking NWO Wolfpack died after Randy Savage had to fucking leave? Because they didn't have Scott fucking Hall to take his place.
Seriously, if the Wolfpack was supposed to be the cool faction, you took the cool guy out. Like the fuck? Oh, well, Conan's cool. No.
Well, Conan is cool too.
He was then.
Conan wasn't as cool as Scott Hall.
He not as cool. Not as cool. I will give you that. But Conan was pretty cool back then.
Yeah. And again, you needed the conflict, and that's
Orale, Arriba la Raza.
Oil of Olay. Oh, sorry.
Let me speak on this.
That's still one of the greatest things ever when he's hey, Conan, let me speak on this during the Elite reunion, and he just blasts him from behind. It's like, yes, get him, Lex.
I will say,
we went off course there.
I was going to say underrated DX faction, 3 Live Crew. Sorry.
Shit.
But
when
as far as the segment last week, I was convinced Charlotte was taking it.
Yeah.
Last night didn't make me so sure. And
right.
Should have done.
Yes, exactly.
You know, Arlene said that people think Tiffany went too far and should lose the title, get punished for it. Absolutely not.
No.
Because Charlotte did it first.
Yep.
I'm not saying 2 wrongs make a right, but I feel like Charlotte went off script last week and Tiffany got her get back.
No, that's fair.
We can move on.
And again,
to the point that Jeff made, like, if they didn't have anything creatively for Charlotte and they rushed her back, that's all the more reason they should have given her to Rhea, because there's built-in history there that they could have just drug up and regurgitated.
Exactly, especially with what they're doing with Rhea now, which seems they're making Rhea look like a whiny shit now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so badly booked. The women's championship matches are such a hot mess, and yet people are so happy, and they should be, that Jade and Naomi is a singles women's match with no championship stakes, and it's still got a WrestleMania level heat to it, which is fucking wonderful.
God, I am so looking forward to that match.
Right?
True that. I think I'm the only one that has not gone and talked about these. Oh no, I dropped my phone. Oh, no.
I'm not sure if Ash really spoke about it either.
Yeah, Ash, you want to speak on this, Olele?
I mean, it's if you can argue if it went too far, but I'd say it's fair game because prior to this, Charlotte was on a talk show and she brought up the fact that she went through like this many divorces already.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether it's pre-approved or not, it did what it needed to do. It added like some heat to the feud, which seemed pretty one-sided based on Twitter.
Yes. And also, I think part of the problem from yesterday is they had Charlotte do that media appearance on whatever talk show that was, and it was Ashley talking about what happened in her real life, and then Tiffany Stratton, the character, referenced it to Charlotte Flair, the character.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like the argument they made after Chamber, where The Rock did that thing in the ring, and then Dwayne Johnson, the board director, came out there and talked to the press. It's like, I'm okay with blurring the lines to an extent because we all know how the sausage is made. Like, we're not fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna blur it if you're gonna blend it that much where you're making freaking, scrambled eggs instead of fried eggs, you gotta know when to draw the line and stop the fucking whisk, man.
Yep, true. We got Mr. Avatar Man and Miss Avatar Man, by the way.
Well, I was not wanting to stop discussion, but I had to go potty, so I was just going on mute.
I feel you. I feel you. Hey, listen, we're all going to the loon. It's great. Charlotte Flair.
It's the Lou, by the way. If we're going to the loon, that means we're going to the nut house. Lou.
If that's the case, I'm always designated to go to the loony bin. So
I was going to say,
speaking about Charlotte makes anybody fucking crazy. So
that seems to be the case. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, who gives a shit? Like I like Tiff. Charlotte, I know she's a good wrestler. For me, this has been a miss. And yeah, okay, we're doing the thing. If you're gonna go all in, I'm glad they're going all in. I'm with you guys, but like, I'm just afraid of the inevitable where Charlotte wins again. Lol, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, I'm throwing my hands up in the air, and I could give a fuck until I see Tiffany retain. If it even happens, then I'll start giving a shit. By the way, SmackDown's unbearable enough at 3 hours as is without Charlotte being the fucking champion.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
So, I'm sorry, but she is a good wrestler. She ain't her daddy. She will never be her daddy, no matter how many divorces she's trying to match up with her fucking title reigns. She will never be her fucking daddy.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ, guys.
Because again, when Ric Flair talks, what do you think of? You think of Ric Flair going, "I am the limousine riding, jet flying son of a gun." Woo! With Charlotte, it's "I am the limousine riding, jet flying son of a gun." Fucking robot half the fucking time. It's, oh man, I'm over it, man. I'm over it. And by the way, it isn't the first time the Flair family has been bent out of shape of, things being mentioned. Although, to be fair, the way they took the heat last time was Saraya.
I thought that was pre-approved, though.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
It was pre-approved, yes. But
to Ash's point, if Charlotte loses, and by the way, I am still hoping that she does, because Tiffany, I think, at least a little on a run, and I think they've rushed Charlotte back too fast. What does Charlotte do from there? Charlotte, I'm not saying this as a fan. I'm saying this as observationally, misguided. If she's not in the world title picture, she's not an effective character.
Yep.
And you can't keep recycling the same shit over and over again.
So I have an idea on that if you want to hear it, because I kind of passed this off to JJ. Here's more fantasy booking, folks. Circle it back.
Kind of the theme of tonight's show.
There you go. My suggestion was that you start a new horsewoman after Charlotte loses, and she just says, "Fuck this and had enough," and she goes on the offensive, just like a certain Blanchard's going on the offensive. I think you go full bore with this TNA WWE partnership and have her come in and Charlotte win the United States Women's Championship. And then bring in two more individuals. The two individuals I bring in to go for the tag straps, Teal Piper, Rachel Ellering. Fathers of former heel wrestling personalities.
Is Teal wrestling now for sure?
I thought she was last I checked. No?
Good for her. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, she's been wrestling for a while. She was on the Double or Nothing Casino Battle Royal 2019.
Oh, shit. I don't remember that. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I believe you. I just don't remember.
So, yeah, Teal's wrestling. Rachel, we know, has been wrestling for a minute.
Yes.
So,
yes.
There you go. Why not just go full bore with the four horsewomen gimmick and just have Charlotte go full crazy with Blanchard at the helm? Have Blanchard become a double champ along the way. Have her be the one to lead the whole thing. Charlotte kind of, the co-leader with her.
The only problem I foresee with that is there was so much backlash to Tessa returning to TNA. I don't know if WWE wants their hands on that shit.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like they're working with TNA, so
I
obviously
know
it's not that big of a fucking deal. But I mean, let's be honest, Jeff. They have fucking Logan Paul for fuck's sake.
no, I know. I understand that. I understand and agree with your point. So, yeah, I mean, if we're going for it, just go for it. I agree with it personally. I think Tessa should be brought in. I thought she should have been brought in a long time ago. I'm a Tessa fan. I know that's not a popular opinion to some of you watching out there, and I really don't give a fuck, for the record. But you know, it's unfortunately, you know, my fan brain collides with my I now work for a major corporate entity brain, and I have to think of shit like that. So, you know, it's the whole Logan Paul AJ thing is getting memed to fuck right now. That whole meme of, you know, both these guys have been famous in Japan. You got AJ on the Bullet Club shoulders. You got that fucking video with Logan Paul. It's like, oh my god. I'm seeing that shit everywhere, and it's like, that is such a bad look. It's a horrible look.
No way they made that fucking meme. No.
They did.
It's everywhere. Yeah, they got AJ with the IWGP title on the Bullet Club, like celebrating, and underneath they've got that infamous Japan Logan Paul video. Oh god, it's bad. It's bad.
The one that Dom memed him for. Dominic, like memed him for that, which makes it even worse now.
Right?
The most hated person in WWE just made himself the biggest.
When the guy who was so heel has turned heel twice and turning heel memes you're like, you're fucked.
And by the way, in my opinion, turned babyface after he did that to Logan.
That's fair. That's fair.
So, like, fuck, dude, that's wow. That man, the IWC. Listen, there are times where it can be too savage, and we all need a collective break every now and again. But every once in a while, savagery is warranted.
I am not a Logan Paul fan. I was like, God damn, I guess, man.
Dude, wow, that's rough, man. Could you imagine, like, you're compared to one of the greatest wrestlers to ever fucking do it when his run in Japan, and then you had what happened to fucking Logan Paul because he's a moron.
He had a hell of a run in Japan too, from the cops. Anyway, JJ.
From the government.
From the government. That's right. Government be chasing them Paul brothers and shit.
I don't know what's wrong, man. He was just hanging around.
Wow, JJ, help, please. Segue, anything, something.
I will try. I will try by busting Safet's balls real quick.
Hi, Safet.
What's the fourth one, sir? Io Bianca, Tiffany Charlotte, Naomi Jade. What's the fourth one, Mr. Booker? Tell me, Paul Levesque. Because there's only 3 on the card, not 4.
Is there a women's tag match?
Not official yet.
Yes.
There might be coming out of this gauntlet match, but nothing is official yet. Yeah. As of right now on WWE.com, there's only 3. So what's the fourth there, Paul Levesque? Tell us. Let us break the news. Maybe people will sub.
Actually, yeah, that would help us. Please. Please.
We need the subs. We need the subs. We're hungry.
Moving on from that, now that I've busted Safet's balls.
Yes. He's
$5 super chat from Emmanuel.
Oh,
what was wrong with Charlotte? Does nothing faze her when Cena can't wrestle? It bugged him, like purposely trying to make Tiffany beneath her.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna let Jeff go first because he is the Charlotte supporter.
We're probably both gonna say the same thing here.
Probably. Here's the difference, okay? You know damn good and well that Cody line was approved because he waited till John exited the ring and then drew him back in with that shit.
Yeah.
And having been slowly acquainting with John around the time they were getting the You Can't Wrestle chance, especially in New York City, my goodness.
Yep.
That was perfectly designed. So that's the difference.
Yeah.
The presentation of both lends credence to the belief that Tiffany and Charlotte went off script. That's what that was.
It's a worked shoot, brother. Don't work yourself into
a shoot, bro. That's right. That's right.
Well, in this case, since they're women, don't work yourself into a shoot, sister.
That's right,
bro. Don't work yourself into a shoot, bro. Don't do like I did at Bash of the Beach 2000, bro. You're
right.
Do that again, bro.
Bro, I kid you not. I'm not even saying this. If Russo could have been tamed, he should have been a fucking manager.
Well, I mean, he was in TNA for a while, but you know,
No,
he
but I
wasn't
mean,
looking, so.
no, but I mean, like a wrestling like manager for like a team, and not him.
Like sports entertainment extreme.
Yes, SE. Why do we call him
manager for that?
Yes.
Well, yes, I get. I
he
get
also
his
was
point.
part of the manager. One half of the managers for the New Blood.
Yeah, we have Ash. Ash has been
I think the problem is, I think that Vince Russo, the character, could not allow himself to just be the character because he wanted to be in control of it. I think if Vince Russo or Vic Venom or whatever had just been another character,
He's great.
it may have worked.
Yeah, he's actually a really good promo. That's why I say he should have been a manager. Anyway, Ash, you had your hand up. Poor girl.
Oh, this was like non-related to like the super chat. This was in regards to like the 4th women's match at WrestleMania. So take this with a grain of salt. Apparently, one of the matches being made is the winner of the tag team gauntlet match. That's I can't remember if it's like Raw or SmackDown. Winner of that match faces off against Liv and Raquel at WrestleMania.
So yes, the match is official. We don't know the participants yet.
And I knew about that, but number one, I did state at the outset I haven't watched SmackDown, and that's announced on SmackDown.
Right.
So the chat shouldn't have said anything because I said I haven't watched SmackDown, so it's a spoiler.
Well,
number two, the match isn't official yet because we don't know who the competitors are. There's no match graphic yet.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay.
So as of tonight, 11:46 p.m. Pacific on Saturday, April 5th, that match isn't on the card. I'm not being sassy at you, Ash. I'm just saying this is why I said it the way I said it.
Okay, fair enough.
Since we said the dates, by the way, since we're talking about her, happy birthday, Charlotte.
Oh, is it? Oh, is it her birthday?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Her birthday is the same day as my dad's.
We just
also DDP's birthday. Happy birthday, Dallas.
Well,
yes, happy birthday, DDP.
I'm so proud of her.
You're such an asshole.
Thank you for everything that you did for the Casa back in the day.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
To be fair, JJ, I'm sure that helped to bury Charlotte fucking softly, brother. God damn.
I will say what I will say is that despite everything they went through, it was kind of sweet to see Andrade wish her a happy birthday on social media.
Yes.
She's not going to get one from me, but it was kind of sweet to see him still wish her a happy birthday.
And by the way, the irony of wishing Charlotte happy birthday when we're bagging on her, happy birthday, Dallas, is like shovel mac and cheese down my throat.
He's going to do a DDP yoga workout as soon as we get off the air here.
Yeah.
It's got those calories before he goes to bed.
That's that. Well, I actually haven't burned the calories. This room looks like shit. But yes. So yes, happy birthday to both. And yeah, we are completely hypocrites because I'm eating mac and cheese like the really bad kind, and we're ragging on Charlotte. It's a beautiful Saturday, kids. Anyway, carry on.
Right. I just ate a whole plate of pizza rolls for dinner.
Oh my god, oh boy, there you go.
Yeah, listen,
but
pizza rolls. Goddamn.
But yeah, I mean getting back to the segment and the super chat, it was everything it needed to be. And like I said, you could tell Charlotte got flustered.
Yes.
Because she resorted to trying to say that Tiffany sounds like Mickey Mouse. And I'm just like, really? That's your comeback. That is your grand comeback after getting roasted like a fucking pig over a flame, is saying that she sounds squeaky like Mickey Mouse. And you're supposed to be the queen.
Don't attack the boss, Charlotte. You're losing
fuck out of here. I'm just saying. I have seen contestants on LFG cut a better comeback than that.
It's pretty bad, dude. Like, yeah, Charlotte. Listen, I love how we were like, Tiffany's getting buried. This feud stinks. And then Tiffany's like, hey, how about that Manny, sunshine?
Right.
It's like, wow, well, that
Hey.
did a 180.
You know, talk about LFG. Is there any person on that show dumber than the guy that sassed Bully after talking to Bischoff?
Dude,
like, what a dumbass!
Here's the thing about sexy BJ Ray. Okay,
And Ash,
since you
appropriately
brought
goes
that up,
icon.
here's the thing about sexy BJ Ray. He is Randy Orton 2003. He has all the talent. He has got all the ability. He has got the promo. He just doesn't know when to shut his fucking mouth and open his goddamn ears. Because Bully told him on day one about how you needed to earn his respect. And at no point has he even tried.
Nope.
And I get it's reality television. It's going to be edited to look a certain way.
Yeah.
There has been nothing to make it seem like he is trying to get Bully's respect.
No, man. I haven't watched the whole show.
Bully putting his hands on him, but sexy BJ Ray is 03 Randy Orton.
Mm-hmm.
If he could just shut the fuck up and do what he's told, he could win this fucking thing.
Yeah, he could. He
but
could.
It's not going to happen.
No, you.
Yeah.
Yes, it is a different world than Randy Orton existed in 2003, but the people that are training, the people that are running this are still very old school minded, and you're not going to put shit like that past Bully Ray or The Undertaker or Mickey or Booker. It's just not going to fly. And full disclosure, I haven't watched the entire series yet. I'm still trying to get caught up and get into it, but just that one clip alone, it was like, oh no, BJ, no.
So
let me just say, competitors aside, the greatest thing about LFG is getting to hear Jeremy Borash on commentary every week.
Yes,
because I have missed JB ever since he left TNA.
Yes.
Getting to see and hear him on commentary call the matches of LFG every week is what I look forward to about watching it.
Yeah.
No disrespect to the competitors trying to get the job. No disrespect to the coaches. But getting to hear JB on commentary just makes the fucking show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I even talked about that with Ryan Katz at GQ Money when I saw him at New Year's Evil. It's like, man, the fact that he's still with the company, back with the company because he left briefly, and then JB is on board, those two working together just makes my heart sing. My heart is full knowing that those two creative motherfuckers are working together on the regular. Like, I'm so happy for my friend. I'm happy for JB, who I have not seen in a hot minute, and I regret that. Just, again, for everything that people want to nitpick about within the WWE, the company is still cooking with freaking clean energy gas right now. That they are just moving along, and I'm here for every bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
If I could afford it, I'd be there at the end of next week and just enjoy all of it, because there's so much good in that company right now. And I've popped in here and there the last couple of weeks, but man, watching my buddy John and my buddy Cody go back and forth on the microphone is just everything I need on a Monday night. And I'm so happy that we're finally getting to see that John do his thing that he's been wanting to do. I'm happy for CM Punk. I know I ragged on him a lot when he left and when he came back. And
yes, you did.
I did. I have copped to that. I have said it to him. My bad, dude. Like, sorry. But man, and you know, I love how people, it's long-term storytelling because Paul told Punk he'd be. It's like, dude, that was Paul and Punk trying to save an angle that was just going sideways in 2013. It just fucking happened to work out. Okay. Like for real. Like, and Roman's reaction to that last night was so good. Even my dad in his, medicated state right now was like, that was fucking good television. I'm like, yes, it was. Yes, it was. And Seth's face was everything, man. Seth was just like fucking cackling back
Dude,
in.
I'm loving his role. I'm loving his role. I think he's
See, I still haven't seen that segment, but I know enough about what happened.
Yeah.
Let's not spoil for JJ.
No, I won't. But I will say, if you don't end up watching the, yeah. Oh my god! And it's so.
And what I find ironic about what the favor is I sent that Instagram reel to you guys.
Yes, you did.
Just a couple days ago.
Yep.
And then that's what the favor was.
Yeah.
Based off of that clip right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jeff. I was gonna try to talk on the BJ stuff too at some point, by the way.
Oh yeah. So Roman's reaction at first was what I'm thinking, like, that's it? Like, that's the favor? Like, why is that important? Right. Like, okay, so whatever. But Roman's reaction to it is what put it over.
Yeah.
Because think about it. Everything in wrestling is reactions and emotions and feelings. We always talk about that we always talk about this when it comes to stuff like that. If Mick Foley takes that mask off, pulls that white shirt off and the Cactus Jack underneath there, and Triple H laughs at him, that shit is dead in the water. But because Hunter bought into it and reacted like he just seen a fucking ghost of Christmas past come back to haunt his ass, that's what made that program.
Yeah.
Last night, people will still, even now, fucking 5 years later, not believe, not fucking acknowledge, not throw that one up and acknowledge how great Roman is. If that's the favor, and it's like, okay, he's fulfilling his wish to his best friend, big fucking deal.
Yep.
But because Roman hates that it's happening, it's everything.
Yep. This should have been the Shield.
Yeah.
This should have been the Shield.
Yeah.
After what I seen, this should have been the original Shield. I stand by that. Like
it just
a segment, man.
It was working. It was working, but it was like, okay, so all this shit that we heard since Survivor Series, and the favor is he's having his best friend in this corner. Okay.
But it was Roman.
And he's not in Roman's corner. Okay, that's a little out of the norm, but not out of the complete possibility. But the fact that it gets in Roman shit, that was such a chef's kiss, little sprinkling of topping on that already delicious plate of food.
Hey, listen, I like food, and now I'm hungry. Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome.
This fucking no.
What can he say except you're welcome?
Okay, so I love the segment. I'm with Jeff, but I'm not. Again, JJ. When you get a chance, the segment was ace. It was great.
I know. And hopefully I'll get to watch it tomorrow.
Yes. So, the BJ stuff, though, I'm going to go back to that because there was a thing that was said by Bully. Like, Bully, he hit him. He's old school minded. That's fine. But I find it hilarious and hypocritical that the man who bullied and was a part of many wrestlers' courts to haze the boys is the one telling BJ Ray to tone it down, sunshine. Look, this is clearly an angle. They're obviously going to give BJ a contract, whether it's with this competition or something else. I think he's getting a contract. It's clearly setting up for something bigger. The dude's too talented already to not be signed. It's very much a tough enough where they're going to sign most of this fucking class because when you see that class of LFG, I mean, damn, like there's some really talented people involved in this that already look like they belong in this business.
Right. Well, James is the beauty of the company right now.
Yeah.
I have been trying to, when I had an opportunity, trying to get back into the mode of, okay, I watch this on this day, this on this day. I have it where, because of TNA's relationship with WWE, I don't have to watch anything not WWE affiliated, and I still get wrestling every night of the week. I've got Raw, NXT, I've got Evolve, I've got TNA, and I've got SmackDown.
Yeah.
If it's a PLE week, great. If it's Sunrise Main Event week, great. But I am so uncompelled to watch AEW. I'm mildly curious about Ring of Honor because I want to see if Bandito can retain his mask and regain the title. But that's really it for me. You know, and LFG and all the A&E content on Sundays, which is great to watch, man. I even had my sister and niece watching the the Greatest Moments series with me the other night while I was up there hanging out. So there's plenty of WWE to go around, and LFG is a great source. But again, Evolve and LFG are people that are already in the system.
Yep.
That WWE went
Cappuccino Jones. Let's go. Sorry.
Yeah. It was one of the. It's not. What was that?
Cappuccino Jones.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
He's the best.
It was one of those. There's so many people in the system that WWE went, these kids need to be on television. Like, get them out there.
Yep.
That's why Evolve came back to a degree. That's why LFG is a thing. And for us old folky nostalgia folks, Superstar Sunday is a thing on A&E. So there's not a bad night of wrestling on television now. And it all ties back to WWE and to an extent TNA because of their relationship with WWE now. So it's, and again, you know, people, you know, for the longest time it was, Vince is, just doesn't want anybody booking the same week as him. It's like, man, how many fucking shows are we doing in a couple weeks? The cue for the shills later. We got 3 in one day, for crying out loud.
Maybe 2 days.
Maybe 2 days.
6 in 2 days.
That's fair. That's fair. But it is so a great time to be a fan at any level. It's a great time to be a talent at any level. The LFG kids, the Evolve kids, the main roster, the NXT folks, man, it is fun to be involved or covering or reviewing or talking about this like a bunch of jackasses or singing the songs that relate to a show like a bunch of jackasses. Next week, it's a good times, folks.
Yes, indeed.
If you are talking about who I believe you are talking about, Emmanuel, then yes, we saw it. Shared it in the group chats and replied to it on socials.
You did. So happy.
Because I believe in the Wayne Gretzky philosophy. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Valid.
So I shot a shot.
You did. And I hope it works out because I'd love for them to be part of something with us.
But
on Gretzky, really quick, I know you're a hockey fan too, James, and Ash, you're Canadian, so you're a hockey fan by default.
My birth.
Yes.
Can fucking Ovechkin just do this tomorrow, please?
Yes.
Fuck me. He tied Wayne Gretzky yesterday. What's that?
Mikey is doing a watch along.
Is he really? Okay, good. I may pop in there for that because, God damn it, I was supposed to go to the game in March of '94 when he broke Gordy's record against Vancouver. And my grandmother went to that game because I had homework. Gee, that sounds familiar to the kid, doesn't it? That's why I give him shit for it now. It's like, you know what? I got robbed of that. I got the Stanley Cup game. The Kings are going to win another Stanley Cup. That's a given. The goal record being broken, that's fucking crazy in our lifetimes. There's no reason that should ever be a thing. And here Ovechkin sits on the fucking edge of destiny. Like, God damn it, dude. He's already tied him. I am so happy for Alexander. Like, I can't even tell you. Anyway, I know that was not a wrestling thing, but it's happening right now, so fuck. And I'm wearing the Capitals colors, so it works out.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm happy for him, and I hope it happens. I hope it happens tomorrow.
I mean, it should. I mean, Ovechkin plays like 45 minutes of a 60-minute game. So,
yeah, true.
At his age, that's wild. That's crazy. And I also will say, and everybody in here appreciate this as a sports person, he didn't want the way the record goal on an empty net. He didn't go out for his last shit. He's like, nah, I don't want it like that. I'm like, that was fucking classy as hell. I thought that was super cool. So anyway, I'm gushing over the wrong sport. We need to get to something else. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I mean, we did the HeavenMania.
Yeah.
Yes.
So at this point, it's just kind of free flow. We've done a couple of super chats.
Okay.
We can run the watch along trailer.
Yeah.
Give people an opportunity to send in more super chat question ideas, and if we come back and there's none, then we can start wrapping things up because we've gone about as long as I wanted to tonight, anyways.
There you go.
I don't know if Ash got to speak on a lot of the topics because I feel like us yahoos were fucking like going crazy.
It's okay. I don't watch LFG.
Well, yeah,
I
but
was going to say I feel like she didn't speak by design.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Not because we were speaking over her.
No, not at all. It's just like if I don't feel like I'm gonna add anything to the conversation, that's when I just let you all talk.
That's
it's
fair.
just like we're in the spaces.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we have Ash by Elegance on Thursday, Ash by Design not speaking on Saturdays. Got it. Okay.
For the Violent by Design, we got Ash by Design.
There you go. Perfect. Beautiful.
It's like Violent by Design, but she's
what I just said,
James. What you just said, James.
Did he say?
Nice, James. Nice, James.
We're a bit on the slow side, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm autistic.
Both sides.
I know that was the joke.
Oh.
Now for a taste of things to come.
I'm sorry, everybody.
All the wrestling.
Sorry.
Yes, thank you. Yes, I'm so glad somebody got that. Yeah. God damn, that was ridiculous. I had a double whammy.
Yeah, all the wrestling.
Holy shit.
But and JJ, you were right. There are 3 showers because Friday also has SmackDown. I forgot about the SmackDown watch along.
Yeah.
Well, and Wednesday may be a 3-shower also.
Jesus Christ, why? What was the third one for Wednesday?
So we've got Spring Breakthrough.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Rebirth. And then we might be adding the GCW show, which is the ID first round tournament.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot.
Down there is. And it's like.
And then on Friday, we may add the FSW first round ID tournament if that new recruit that Emmanuel was referencing ends up getting booked a spot in the tournament.
And did I see the Hall of Fame graphic in there?
Yes.
So we are doing a watch along in the Hall of Fame, even though we were not talking about not doing that. Okay.
I enjoyed doing it the last couple of years.
Okay.
You know, it's not a thing where we really talk a whole lot because we do want to hear what the star says. And then we get to relay some of that to the audience. But I feel like they deserve our respect.
Okay.
Doing that. So
yeah.
I really enjoyed it the last couple of years. And it's usually something I spearhead because there's usually something else going on.
Right.
But you never know. I may be on something else going on if we have that many fucking things we're doing. So
right. It came back to, you know, I told everybody I was jokingly, you know, that I'm going. Like, and I have the week off now. But with my dad and what happened with him, it's like I can't be away for a whole week because there's a lot of shit going on, and I could, but it's just such a logistically bad idea. So, for better or worse, Sid Rival Studios has good old JM at their disposal for WrestleMania week watch along. So there you go, kid.
We definitely will be able to use you. And Ash, we may need to tap you as well for some of this stuff. So
there you go.
If we do, we'll throw you on something with James because I know you and James have a good rapport.
Valid.
Yes.
I'm here for it, brother.
Oh, there's a lot.
And it all starts, Jay, next Saturday. God help us. Well, it really starts tonight unofficially, but
yes.
Unofficially, it began on Tuesday when we did the PWG shit.
Right, because it was April 1st.
That was the official. If we did the Road to Mania trailer, those were the first things in it. Was that?
That's very true. That's very true.
We're going to die tour. Never ended.
We have Dynasty tomorrow. We have fucking New Japan Windy City Riot on Friday. Then we've got karaoke and like all the stuff. James, did you freeze?
Don't know, did he?
I think he might have actually have, yeah.
I hate the show, Jay.
It's 26.2 miles outside Parts Fun. No.
Okay.
Okay, never mind. Okay.
Don't do that, James, because you legitimately looked like you froze. When you started talking, you sounded like you were Rero.
Rero.
Issues I've been having with my computer tonight. I'm never sure if it's me or y'all. So
right, no, that's fair. Hey, we've gone almost a 2 hour, even though you were reroing when we hit the start button. You've done pretty good here for 2.5. So let's not yinks it.
Yinks it.
That's right. With a Y.
Our very own Psychojet Black is now in the chat. 26 miles outside Parts Unknown.
Oh, okay.
Del Taco or Taco Bell?
Okay.
Ash has her hand up first, so we will let the lady speak since she hasn't spoken a lot. Go ahead, Ash.
Yeah.
My city does not have a Del Taco.
There you go. I guess it's Taco Bell by default.
Right. Where in the peg are you exactly?
I have no idea. It's a small city. I haven't been able to find a Del Taco.
Well, no. What I'm saying is, so within Winnipeg, what suburb are you in?
I'm not in the suburb. I'm in the city.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's odd that Winnipeg, major city, would not have a. I mean, I don't know how popular Del Taco is in Canada. So
yeah. It's funny how you guys mentioned like Del Taco versus Taco Bell, because on Friday while I was at work, I ordered myself some Taco Bell.
Right on. There you go.
Because I was craving tacos, and that was like the nearest taco place. And oh my god! So I skipped and Ubered it, and oh my god, it was so late.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I get traffic, and here in Winnipeg, or the goddamn city can't make up its mind if it wants to be spring or winter. So
same here.
Hey,
same here.
Welcome to Mass. That's our state. Listen, all I'll say is I'm kind of with Ash's boat. I don't think I have a Del Taco here. If I do, I'm not aware of it. So it makes me sad because I've heard very good things about Del Taco. And I'm you know, a white guy that likes to appropriate Mexican culture, so naturally it flows.
Oh, it definitely flows if you eat too much of it.
Exactly my point. So yeah,
Well,
all I got
Del
is Taco Bell.
Taco is a SoCal thing, if you want to be
Yes.
technical. The first one was
that's fair
in
point.
Barstow.
Right, that's right.
Wait
a minute. The one at Barstow's the original? I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's the original.
Okay, so I've never been to that one. I should probably do that next time in Vegas. Which could be next week.
Honestly, Safet, you asked a question solely for JJ and Jeff because that's like asking the panel, hey, which burger place do you like, Burger King or Wahlburger?
That wasn't
it's like
that did that. That was 26.2 miles outside parts unknown.
Yeah, my brain is all fried. 26.2 miles, my favorite. Yeah, that's like saying.
And I don't think he knew that there wasn't Del Tacos where you are.
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
Let's
because 26.2 miles outside of parts unknown. Not to tell tales out of school, but he is locally based. So
there you go.
Go ahead, Jay.
I was gonna say I'm a weird soul because I agree with Ash and James. I'm a Taco Bell guy through and through.
Yes, you are.
I say I'm a weird soul because whenever we go to Del Taco, I usually get the burger.
Boom. Yep.
And who
Double
goes
Del,
to a taco joint to get a burger?
Us. Yep.
But
Double Del, nacho fries.
But like legit. And it's not to say that their Mexican food, if you can call it that, is horrible. But more often than not, when the conversation comes up, it's like, do you want to go to like Taco Bell or do you want to go get a burger?
Yeah.
Usually it's like, well, can we get Del Taco instead? It's like, okay, I'm getting a burger.
Right.
Because I don't usually eat their shit unless I'm like super broke. Because Taco Tuesday is still a thing.
Yep.
You can get like 3 tacos for $2. So that's cool. Their little chicken rollers they used to be like $1.39. I think they're $1.99 now.
They're still a bomb.
They're decent.
Yeah.
Those are decent in a pinch, but like everything else is too fucking expensive.
Yeah.
And if I'm gonna get a combo meal, then damn it, I'm gonna get a burger, fries, and a drink.
Exactly.
And
For
I can
me,
get that at Del Taco. So
yeah. I say Taco Bell more than Del Taco now. Again, Del Taco is the burger for me, but also more than once while staying with and living with my sister and my niece and their family. The local Del Taco, be it in Long Beach or Victorville or even the one in how were they at Diamond Bar, at different orders, different years on days, we would order your daughter just a basic, chicken soft taco from Del Taco. Well, we got it, and it was lettuce and mayo. And it's like, if we wanted the coleslaw wrap, we would say that. So that turned me off the experience of going to Del Taco. Del Taco. But if I want a burger and fries in a pinch, they're right there. But Taco Bell mainly for the drink selection because I love me some Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Yeah, see, now I'm just going to go with Taco Bell just based off of what they just said. That sounds horrible.
Yeah. It's one of those different places now have the different Mountain Dews. Taco Bell has their Baja Blast. KFC now has the sweet lightning Mountain Dew, the which is so bomb, so good.
It's very good. Yeah, underrated.
Yeah. Nobody talks about that version of Mountain Dew. So
wait, what happened, Ash?
I said I don't have that version in Winnipeg yet.
Oh.
All right, JJ.
Question to Charles: are you an East Coaster? I say that because of the fact that he referenced Faygo.
Faygo, yeah.
Faygo Moon Mist is
Faygo Moon Mist. I love Faygo Moon Mist because that's basically their Mountain Dew. But for us here on the West Coast, it's not as cheap. When we find it, you can usually find the 20-ounce bottle for like 99 cents, and sometimes they get a bit of a markup to like $1.50.
Yeah.
But it's not like I can just walk into a store and buy a 6-pack or an 8-pack of Faygo and take it. Okay, he's in Michigan. That says everything.
Faygo
right
capital.
there.
Yeah.
Juggalo
That
capital.
says everything right
So
there. Like
I will say though, I think that Faygo version of Faygo is at Charlie Brown's.
Oh, there you go.
So I'll have to see next time we're down there.
Again, Charlie Brown's isn't exactly the local liquor store for me.
Well, no, that's fair too.
So the gas that I have to spend to get there,
valid,
in order to then buy said drink, doesn't
Fair.
exactly make it worth it.
It used to be they carried Faygo at $1.99 store, but they stopped doing that, and now most of those stores are gone anyway. So,
And the ones that they did carry weren't exactly my favorite flavors. It
No.
was more of the fancier flavors, you know, the firework.
I like the firework. The
And like,
firework.
don't get me wrong, those aren't bad, but
Nice.
I'm gonna sound basic bitch here. I prefer the flavors that taste like normal soda flavors.
Yep.
Right.
You know,
That's
give me
fair.
Moon Mist, that's Mountain Dew. Give me Dr. Faygo, that's Dr. Pepper.
Right.
You know, I know they're known for their red pop and their rock and rye and some of that other stuff.
Right.
I'm not huge on that.
No.
The fanciest I get is I like their caramel apple or the candied apple one that they do.
That's pretty bomb.
But that's about as fancy as I get with them because I used to be able to find that at Winco.
Yes.
But just give me the simple, basic flavors. Give me Dr. Faygo. Give me Moon Mist. I will guzzle that shit just like it's Dr. Pepper and Mountain Dew. And I blame AA Aaron for it because he was from Michigan.
Yep.
Introduced it to us.
Yep.
And again, some of the other flavors, it's not the cotton candy or the blueberry raspberry.
Love the blueberry.
Bad flavors. They're just not my preference.
No.
I will buy them in a pinch when I can find them because, damn it, it's the only flavors I can fucking find of them.
Yeah.
But if I had a hookup that could send me the 8-packs of the normal flavors without it costing me an arm and a fucking leg, then I would do it. There's
Double
two
Jeff.
Jeffs.
Double Jeff.
Hold on.
no! I know! Another Jeff! Ah! Well, real quick. So, Ash had her hand up during this deal.
Yes, I know she did, James. Let me produce.
Yeah.
I was trying to help her.
No, it's okay. I was going to let you guys finish.
Go
off.
ahead, Ash.
Do you guys still have Nestle iced tea down in the States?
Nestle iced tea?
Nestle, yes.
Yeah, Nestle.
Oh,
Nestle.
okay.
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
so. I think so.
Didn't know that was a thing.
See, I'm more of an Arizona.
They did
Arizona
Nestle around the same time that like the Lipton Brisk started.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nestle? Yes,
Yeah.
Nestle. They still, I thought you said Nestle. I'm like, oh, Nestle made iced tea. That's interesting.
No,
Nestle
not
iced tea, Nestle.
Yeah.
Nestle, yes, we do have that. Yes.
Yeah, we don't have that here in Canada no more.
Damn.
Really?
I know. We got this fucking whack ass iced tea called Fuse, and let me tell you something. I love me my iced tea. I love my lemon iced tea. So when I first tried it, you know when you get lemon iced tea, it's supposed to be lemon, right? So I took a sip of it. I'm like, bitch, where the fuck is the lemon? This shit advertised as lemon iced tea, but there's no fucking lemon.
Okay.
I like Fuse. Oh, sorry, Jay, go ahead.
We both start talking at the same time. It's okay. At least we're not trying to talk over each other like a lag or anything. It's just we both try and jump at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm a raspberry iced tea guy.
Hey, that shit's good too.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Lipton Brisk raspberry iced tea, or even the what's the one? The blackberry.
The blackberry one tastes like the Knots stuff. That's good
what I was
shit.
gonna say, the one that tastes like boysenberry punch.
I will say though, Fuse raspberry is good because that's the only raspberry tea they have at the CDC arena. So I drink that on occasion. But Fuse regular flavor, yeah, no, fuck that. That's just nasty. But Fuse raspberry is bomb.
Finally,
Fuse raspberry is bomb.
because at work they're looking at me like I'm a freaking crazy person. They're like, what do you mean you can't taste the lemon? I taste the lemon.
Not, yeah, no,
you don't.
No.
Liars, fucking liars,
dude. Okay, so this is me. The only iced tea I have ever drank in my life was Arizona iced tea.
And that's okay too.
That's okay too. You get the half and halves.
Yes, the Arnold Palmer's, baby.
Yeah, half and half
Dude.
is really good.
Jay, Teresa found half and halves, like in the little Crystal Light little squeeze things. She found Arnold Palmer flavor at the fucking dollar store. Bought 2 of them for me. I was like,
nice.
They do exist. Oh, so fucking happy. It's emotion that makes me happy.
You have never drank iced tea before, really?
Baloney.
Man.
Had to have at some point.
I mean, to be fair, the only reason I like Arizona iced tea is because it tastes like fucking juice, really.
Well, some flavors do for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the watermelon one does.
Yeah, watermelon, fruit punch.
Man.
Fruit punch.
I did hear a rumor a few years ago that Arizona iced tea was in league with the diabetes doctors. I'm just throwing it out there.
Oh,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Fucking straight diabetes and a can. Some of them fucking flavors like.
Where's Wilford Brimley when we need him?
Well,
right.
I'll see y'all on my deathbed.
Diabetic coma or a thing.
Diabetic coma. Fucking diabetic coma.
Safet brought up Snapple, and Snapple was okay. It was a niche time.
Yeah.
The one that I really liked was the Troparaca that came off of the one that they did. I think it was through The Apprentice with Bret Michaels on it.
Yes.
They had to come up with a Snapple campaign, and they came up with Troparaca tea. That was pretty fucking bomb.
That was good shit. Yeah, I agree with that. Sorry, I keep going on camera trying to get comfortable because my leg is starting to get that on me.
Yeah, you're fine.
Hey, you know what? It's free flowing, and it was all spawned off of a super chat, so it is.
That's right.
It is.
I've been drinking all night. Shit.
Yeah, well,
this is the shenanigans, and
it's a different.
I mean, you've got 3 big boys on the show here, so of course we're gonna love us some food and drink.
That's it.
Yeah. Next,
what is she showing us here?
What that?
Solo.
I can't see.
What do you want? A solo shot.
This is it's supposed to be like a pink beverage.
Oh, the pink drink.
Yeah, that's here in Canada. Our cream soda comes in pink.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, pink cream soda.
Hey, you know what? Canadians are cool people. They put some cool variants on shit. I'm here for it.
So I might be weird, and I'm gonna give you guys a weird factoid about me.
Okay.
Okay, so I do not like root beer of any kind or Dr. Pepper. I'm probably one of the few that doesn't like that shit. I don't know why. I always tried, and it's like, yeah, my taste buds haven't developed for it yet.
That's fair.
If it's not IBC root beer, I'm right there with you. I love IBC root beer, but that's the only variety I've all drank. And I only Dr. Pepper. And that was a bitch living with this one and Teresa for all those years. Because Dr. Pepper was the thing until we not read to watch our fucking sugar. Man, oh my god!
You know what is an underrated soda? Mellow fucking Yellow. God damn it!
Yes,
just fucking Mountain Dew by a different name.
Fuck
Be
you!
fair,
it's not. It's Mellow Yellow, and
it's the same as Mountain Dew, bro.
There is different taste and texture to Mellow Yellow than there is to Mountain Dew. I know because
there's about as much different taste and texture as there is between Coke and Pepsi.
Well, no, Coke and Pepsi, I will argue with you because I've been a drinker of both over the years. Mountain Dew and Mellow Yellow are closer than Coke and Pepsi by a country mile.
Yes, that much I agree with Jeff on, because Pepsi and Coke both use the fucking corn syrup shit now.
Oh god, yeah. Well, you know what? It's funny though. God, this is a weird ass fucking variant on the topic, but okay. If you buy them out of the fountain,
Yeah.
there's a distinct fucking difference.
Yes, there is. Yeah.
Right? Between Coke and Pepsi.
Yep.
If you buy them in the can, distinct fucking difference.
Yes.
The bottles of regular Pepsi and regular Coke, those are difficult
Yeah.
to discern.
And
But
by
cans-
the way, the long cans are different, like for some fucking reason. Like the
Yeah,
long ass
well,
skinny
yeah.
cans for some reason
Yeah.
also taste drastically different.
Yeah, my personal preference is I like Coca-Cola, the classic Coca-Cola classic, out of the, for lack of a better term, the Mexican glass bottles.
Yes.
That gets bomb.
Yes. We say that they taste different. It's probably just the fucking lead and mercury poisoning.
Very likely. And you know what? That's okay. We're killing ourselves slowly either way, so it really doesn't matter.
Killing us slowly with his song.
Killing us slowly with our pop. If you live in that part of the country, they call it pop. That's not good. Pepsi. Okay. So I remember, I think is when I was either living with you right before or right after, they came out with that alternate branding of Pepsi, or it was the quote unquote original recipe in the old white box with the old logo. And it did taste fucking different from modern Pepsi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
it was like made with real cane sugar, I think is what the gimmick was.
Yes.
I prefer that Pepsi, and you can still find it in a lot of places. And yes, it's like, yes, Jeff, that's what you need is 3 more grams of sugar per can. You're goddamn right, I do.
Hey, you know what else you can find? Old Coca-Cola that still uses slight cocaine in it.
Yes. And that's the North Pole with Santa's picture on it. I can't tell you why I know that.
Tony Khan's full of that shit. He's got every version of. Never mind.
Hey, you know what? Jacksonville is close enough to the Coca-Cola factory in Atlanta, Georgia. It wouldn't surprise me.
Actually.
Because I've been there. So
that's a very good. That's an astute observation, and I think Ash just realized, oh shit, yeah, a little bit. So there you go.
You know what? Whatever Tony is on, as we go into, he's going into Philadelphia. You talk about booking for the fucking sickos. All right. God bless him tonight. May God be looking out for Tony Khan walking into the ECW territory, because my God.
Oh, they're going to let him fucking have it.
They will let him know. They will let him know if he veers too far off the path. I'll tell you what.
Oh, they already will let him know. I bet you they'll boo the fuck out of Moxley and take over that match beach ball style. It's coming.
Oh my God, that'd be something.
It's coming.
Something.
Oh my God.
Cue the graphic, Jay.
Don't need to.
Oh, okay. He hates this show anyway.
He does.
You
He hates the show, Jeff.
I hate the show, JJ.
He hates us when we do something, though. That's it.
I love it, kind of.
Yeah, I know you. It's hidden under the surface.
Down inside, we know you do, James.
Right. Just like we know Noah loves karaoke.
You love the fact that you're part of a gimmick.
That's right.
We got some big matchups, by the way, for Bloodsport. I don't know if anybody wants me to just bring that up, but there's some crazy.
I know about them, James.
Is there new ones or the old ones that you just recently found? Is there some actual new ones?
There are some
like 1 or 2 new ones in addition to the ones.
Who's Gabe Kid fighting? Who's Gabe fighting?
That hasn't been announced yet.
God damn it!
I want to know so bad.
Right.
But yeah, there's some good ones.
I want to know who my dog's fighting. Who my dog fighting?
Which
that sounds so bad out of context, but you know what I mean.
We already know Zack Sabre Jr. is going against Gresham.
No, I'm talking about Gabe
What?
Kid.
Oh.
Yeah, Zach and Gresham are going at it again.
Oh my God. In Bloodsport.
Yeah.
Fuck me, dude. Right. Take my money, Josh, right now.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. I'm excited is all I'll say.
Hang on.
James, I would like to get off the air at some point here tonight.
Okay.
Yes. But JJ, I will tell you, if I wasn't calling Prestige on Thursday, I would find a way to get to Bloodsport because there's some really good shit announced for that show. So
There's a lot of people that are involved in it that I would love to do commentary for.
Right.
As it is, we might be adding a show this Saturday before karaoke if I find out that they do it on the Title Match Network.
Oh my God.
Because Reality of Wrestling has a show this coming Saturday, the 12th.
Oh, Booker Company. Okay.
Ren Sinclair is supposed to be there.
Oh.
As is the former Duke Hudson.
No kidding. Duke got booked. Good for him.
So
what's he going by now?
Oh God, I forget.
Yeah,
I'll Google it.
Give me a second. Duke Hansen.
Oh, that's right, Duke Hansen. And while we're on the topic of names, did I hear you guys say that the man formerly known as Baron Corbin was at the MLW show tonight?
Yes.
Bishop Dyer, yes.
Good for him, man.
And he aligned himself with Dijak.
Yeah.
Did he?
So him
Wow.
and Dijak now being managed by Saint Laurent.
They have already
They're
teased
calling
that-
it the new skyscrapers.
Yes, they're going, yeah, they're going by the skyscrapers. They're bringing that back.
Man, that gets a pop from me for real.
Same.
Shit.
I was like, yep, okay, that makes sense. Yep.
And before RVD came out, it was Riddle in the ring with Dyer, Dijak, and Mads Kruger. All of them kind of circling him like
oh shit,
about to whoop that ass, and then RVD's music hit.
Bro, I'm shocked Austin Aries was on commentary.
So yeah, I kind of heard you saying they were playing Walk, but it wasn't for Rob.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Somebody else came out to Walk, and then RVD used the whole damn.
Yeah, the whole effing show.
The whole fucking show.
So Matthew Justice came out. Matthew Justice came out to Walk, and yeah, Van Dam came out to Dominator.
As much as people shit on Def Rebel, that song is fucking worse than anything I've heard Def Rebel.
I disagree. That's a cult classic, and you will put respect on that fucking song.
No.
You will not disrespect the fucking.
I love. Okay. My affinity and love for Rob Van Dam has never been undersold. We all know how much I love Rob, and we're buds. No pun intended, although it was funny anyway. And I get along great with Cushionator, but goddamn, that's a bad song. Fuck me. Like, oh my god, so bad. So
Cushionator. Van Dam goes straight to the ring, and he's on back.
And it's bad enough when it's in the indies and they play it. When they use it for TNA, they get the fucking censor, and it's like, oh my god, it's bad enough. Now we can't even hear half the fucking song. Great.
Listen, man.
Listen, motherfucker. Listen.
Classic. I will not hear this disparagement on that song.
Listen. I'm gonna be condescending right now. Fuck it. Listen. Listen.
The problem is that it wanted so bad to be one of a kind, and it was never gonna be.
No, ever.
I don't think it was ever. I think you guys are completely off base. I don't think they were trying. I think the whole point was to make a meme song. That was the whole gimmick.
No.
RVD is too cool, and memes weren't a thing at the time.
No, it was just
justify that they were trying to make a meme song. That song was garbage, bro.
It was every
theme was better.
Listen, me.
Okay. I might fight you on that one.
Listen.
Billy and Chuck.
Oh.
Yeah, that was
yeah. Okay. I didn't hear what you said, but yeah, I like that song.
Listen.
I love all of Billy Gunn's themes.
Memes were a thing. Memes were a thing back then. In 2010, you just had the sneaky salamander meme where you had a little colorful background, a little bottom text, like, I call him the sneaky salamander. Nowadays, it's like me and the boys at 3 a.m. going into the fridge looking for some beats. Pretty much where we're at now.
RVD and that song in 2010 was the start of here's what TNA is becoming now that Hulk Hogan's here.
Yeah, dude.
Saying
the whole purpose of RVD's theme was to get the fans to chant along with it, just like how Monet goes CEO, CEO. That's what that is.
But that's the thing. It did work.
It worked, and they didn't have to fucking put the fans chanting in the entrance theme to make it work.
You know, that's a fair point.
Well, yeah, but it still worked. Who cares? Still, it did its job.
And QCFed with the GTA stripper twat waffle hashtag here coming momentarily.
Listen, yeah, that's true.
Assuming he hasn't fallen asleep, because usually anytime we get to Mercedes, he throws that in there for me.
Yeah, that's true.
I am so mad at myself for making that start to be a thing.
Well, to be fair, it was Walter that started the GTA.
I know.
And then Walter had the twat waffle, and then you're just like, Eureka!
And that became purple hair twat waffle.
That's Candice LeRae.
Yeah,
that was Candice. Yeah.
I was just saying that we have different twat waffle variations. Which
I was going to say, Safed will sometimes throw that one up there for Mercedes too, because Mercedes does have purple hair.
That is the worst match set in professional wrestling action figure history, right there. I'm just throwing that up there.
Candice LeRae versus Mercedes Monet.
So I want this match.
There it is, Jeff.
I want
Say his name and he appeared. Safed had to try to get me back on his good graces.
I want this match now. The twat waffle variants versus the cane variants. Book it, Tony.
Green cane, red cane, blue cane, cocaine.
Oh, the cane variants. Okay.
Yes, and especially green cane, because he's in our spaces.
Yes.
In that case, that could be the custody of Dominic at ladder match next time. We'll just do that for no reason.
Why? Why
not?
What
Why
do you
not?
mean?
It's already fucking batshit anyway. Just throw Dominic in there for no reason.
Yeah, you know what? Just throw Rob Van Dam's Cushionator song in there playing in the background.
Either team can have custody of that fucking song by all means.
Winner gets.
God damn it! I don't want it.
Let's get to the shills here now, shall we?
Please, God, get to the shills. Beg it.
Let me know if a super chat comes in.
Okay.
Ash.
Oh, I like that.
You can find me over on X, the app formerly known as Twitter, at ShadowBadAsh, and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Batty for Wrestling.
That's right. Don't be a dickhead. Subscribe to her channel.
Exactly.
That's right.
That's what she said last night. I'm just regurgitating it.
Yeah.
So when do we put that in TMDK letters in orange and black?
On it.
Don't be a
Do
dickhead.
it, please. If you can, do it.
Yeah, I'll
I
do it.
don't know how to.
You said it to the wrong thing because Jeff is a whiz at that shit.
I will say this though.
I will say I'm still a little bit hurt you didn't choose that, but
that's
it
awesome.
is what it is.
I like that. I will say that she mentioned the formerly known as Twitter. I have not near enough put over the Twix abbreviation enough anymore. I'm gonna start getting on that shit. I can almost see that.
Waffle hair, twat waffle for Ken.
God damn it! All right. Here's what we do. The big mega card happens. WWE versus AEW. Candice LeRae, Mercedes Moné, in the IHOP Classic Purple Hair Twat Waffles battle. There you go.
Inside a Denny's at 12 a.m. at night.
No, IHOP because
Cracker Barrel. Let's be
redneck. Cracker Barrel is the way to go because it's so fucking bass backwards redneck. It fits both of them.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes. The Jimmy Havoc, Darby Allin, and who was the other guy? Joe Janela special.
Yeah, it was.
And they have to brawl from the Cracker Barrel into the rain where it turns into an exploding rain death match.
Jesus Christ, JJ.
Well, listen, the exploding ring will be made by Kenny Omega and Don Callis, so it's fine.
God damn, that's a rough call. Oh, that's a rough take, but it's not wrong. Anyway,
follow our buddy Big G on
please.
YouTube, Harley and Joker 2021, on X NoDQ _Big Baller G, on TikTok Big Baller G 1988, on Insta and Threads NoDQ _ Big Baller G 1988. Follow the CP man. Noah Foster.
Keep it simple.
On X, Instagram, and YouTube at nfoster916. On Facebook at Noah Foster. He is most active on X and YouTube. Use the community tab on the YouTube channel for Prediction League updates. You can find the link for Dynasty or Dynasty, as the Brits call it.
Density.
Today,
Density.
up on his pages.
I like density.
Follow Walter on YouTube at Rage of Wrestling, on Instagram at walter.cruz.940, on X at Blue Sky at Walter Alex Cruz, and on Twitch at SRS1983.
Can't even focus on that ass.
Hey.
Oh my God.
You guys can find me on J. Hebert Studios.
Okay, James, get control of yourself. If you're going to show, you can't be laughing the whole time. You're trying
laughing. I'm just going to say, when we get to my shows, I'm going to feel really embarrassed. But go ahead, it's okay.
Yeah. By the way, the only reason I was laughing was because never mind. Jeff will tell you.
Yeah, never mind.
You guys can find me on James Hebert on Facebook, and James J. Hebert 95 on Twitter and YouTube. I do really cool and dumb things on the internet. So,
yes.
Wrestling with Tism was supposed to be today, but then Hannibal decided to do Simply Predicting, which is too big of an opportunity for him instead. So, we're going to be doing it on Monday instead, because then nothing really is going to go on. I think we're only going to be competing with like one spaces, and even then we'll still have our own audience anyway, so we'll be all right.
Yes, Hef.
Before you throw my plug up, I just have to say, I did not know that James had his own alteration. So what I have for my plug is not an attempt at a shot at either Walter or James's presentation of their promo. I just happen to like the picture I selected.
I was going to do mine first so that
I know
the trend of the sex appeal, if you will.
Oh, you got one too? Fuck me, dude.
I did create one, yes.
Jesus Christ, I quit. I just do.
So, Ash, go ahead, JJ.
You can find me on Instagram, the Renegade JJ Williams, YouTube, Casa D18 Studios, X, ROWJJ Williams, or Casa D18 Studio, plural, no S at the end. Casa D18 Studio is where the spaces are held.
Yes. Now,
all right. So JJ's got that. Yeah, okay, there you go. Perfect.
There's also the spaces schedule. And by the way, Ash, do you want a sexy graphic?
No.
And there's the spaces schedule.
Yes.
No, I don't want a sexy promo. I didn't know I was gonna have mine go last and me look like a complete fucking vain douchebag now.
Wait, what?
The sexiest of them all right here. Jeff motherfucking Meacham over here.
I'm the sexiest beast of them all, baby. All right. So I am on Facebook and on YouTube at Jeff Meacham, and on Twix and Instagram at _Jeff Meacham. You can find me on NerdQ.com and the Greg Cherry brand and Synth Rival Studios beginning next Saturday when we do for me, it's my favorite karaoke show of the year besides Christmas, because I do love both. But wrestling karaoke is our annual Wrestlemania tradition. And this year it's Wrestlemania specific. And what does that mean, Jeff? What that means is these are songs/themes that have been used at or performed at WrestleMania. Even if the lyrical versions weren't used at WrestleMania, Strike Force's theme, we will find it on the list. And what JJ has graciously, and in order to protect everybody's sanity for the karaoke show, WrestleMania 1 through 40 on the wheel. 1 through 40. The wheel shall spin. That's on a WrestleMania. If it's your turn, you pick a theme that was used at that show or a song performed at that show. It's probably going to be the simplest karaoke we ever do. Because wrestling themes, everybody in the panel knows those. And you just have to go through the WrestleMania card you land on and go, okay, that one.
Right.
Now, I will say, Emmanuel Dominguez and his infinite help of getting me the Super Chat money when I needed it rather than wait till next Saturday, sent $25 and I have to sing Christian's At Last theme, which he used in 2002 WrestleMania against DDP.
Ah.
And Arlene sent me 20, I want to say. I'll have to go back and check. And that's just 4 random spins for whoever.
Okay.
Oh.
So that was oh no, I'm sorry. She sent me 4 that I have to eat. So like we did last show, every round, tack me on to the end of it. So I get to participate in every round whether I want to or not. Like so that'll be next week. And then like the graphic said, I'll be in the No DQ review going into WrestleMania, the Great Cherry Show going to WrestleMania. I'm calling Prestige with you, Jay.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll be on the Prestige call on Thursday the 17th. I'll be part of this show in a couple weeks, Shenanigans, after WrestleMania Night 1. And then the entirety of the commentary team has now responded individually, and I appreciate that. I have the honor of being called in JR style, and I will be an analyst on the WWE Championship match on Night 2. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. So I am grossly divided, to say the least, on that match. So that's why I wanted to be an analyst for it, because I'm very divided, which I think will make it better for me to be an analyst rather than if I'm just a one-sided heel asshole. So
yes. Now I have a question for Nothing to Lose. Are they going to use the theme song from Nothing to Lose, starring Martin Lawrence and Team Robbins?
No, what they're going to do is they're going to use the song that Robin Williams and Craig Ferguson did at the end of their interview. Nothing left to lose. For no reason.
Jesus Christ, we both had deep cuts.
Mine's so deep, like you only find that shit on YouTube now because it's Craig Ferguson and he's been canceled 100 times. But yeah, I don't know what they're going to use. It's Prestige, and every time we call one of their shows, it's fucking bomb. So I'm here for it, every bit of it. And I'm off that day, so I'm officially part of it. But Thursday,
shout out Brian Zane.
Shout out Brian Zane. Why not? Fuck it. But yeah, I am, like I said, I actually took that picture on the train going into work the other day because I was trying to hook up with a Disney blogger that was going to give me one of their labeled pins. If I can, there it is. There you go. Wearingthepark.com. I love these people. They're good people. And I'm like, okay, there's hundreds of thousands of people like at Disney on the regular. So like I needed to make sure I was identifiable. So I had a picture of the outfit. I'm like, I should look good in that picture. Had I known it was going to be the fucking Sescapade promo session and then my ass, I'd pick something different. But I didn't know.
Well, to be fair, Ash, you're right up there with Ash, so it's all good.
That's what I'm saying. Like everybody had a good looking promo. That was like, here, you're so vain. You probably think this promo's about, and it is about me, but you know. Anyway.
Oh, that's true.
Someone also put in the chat, like, I like how James asked Ash that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I asked Ash because there's sexy guys. I mean, I can admit they're sexy guys. I mean,
yeah, I there's a whole stable of them that I enjoy.
All right, on it.
Jokes, no. Bad James. No, that was a joke. That was a joke.
Yeah, sure it was.
You make a joke with the wrong group, Ash.
This is true.
The best night was when we did one of those for Noah, and he had no clue, and he was legit pissed.
Bro,
I
felt so fucking bad afterwards. Dude.
I have never felt more bad after a show. I don't think.
Bro, I was doing like panic mode damage control, and then Noah the next day is like, guys, I'm fine. It's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I mean, it was a big deal in the moment, and I take all the heat for it because it was my idea.
Yes.
I took a picture of Allie the bunny and a picture of Aubrey Edwards in a bikini, and I made a promo for Noah because those are two women that he likes, and it was just to get a reaction. And dude looked like he wanted to gut me like Han did the Tauntaun on Hoth. Like legit, he looked like he wanted to end my life.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for reminding me. It's not in the plug except at the very bottom left because I was advised not to make it a big fucking thing. But if you are a Disney fan and a Disney Parks fan, at least at Disneyland here in California, we are currently in Season of the Force. What does it say? Coliseum.
Was that Cora Jade? Yes, it
Oh.
was.
Oh yeah, that's definitely Cora Jade. Yeah, last Friday the 28th, we started our season of the Force, and it's again, people that know me know I didn't go into adulthood being a Star Wars fan, but man, I am here for. I mean, literally, like my hat, my jacket, and my shirt are all Star Wars themed. I've even got my name. What the hell is it? My name in arabesque on all over my shit now. So yeah, if you guys are able to get to the parks, if you're able to get into any sort of Disney anything, man, we've got more great food options. Merch is ridiculous right now. Luke Skywalker's a meetable character for the first time in Disney history, so that's fucking cool. And everybody seems so happy at the parks when you're at Galaxy Edge right now. So if you happen to be able to get in the parks, man, just come say hi. I'll be on my tram, but I'll still say hi, and even though I look like a giant road hazard, I'll still say hi because I love you guys when you come up and say hi. And that goes through May 11th, the week after May the 4th. So yeah, come out if you're in Anaheim or if you haven't been in Florida, go see their parks. So they got good shit going on down there too.
Yes. There you go.
'Tis the season of the Force. Oh, cool.
You got a photo op with Cora, Arlene?
Nice.
No, I'm asking because she just says I got a photo op with her. She doesn't specify who her is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know.
So I'm asking, do you have a photo op with Cora, or is it a photo op with the person you just super chatted about?
Oh.
Which I'll get to in a moment.
While you're waiting to see what the response is, I know our buddy Kalea is trying to get a photo op. I think she has it with Roxanne on Monday after Mania. That sounds right. And then her and I are going to see.
I saw that she tried to purchase it and it sold out while she was trying to check out.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that sucks. I felt bad. But her and I are going to go see Bria and Nikki Saturday.
Nice.
So it'll be a tight finish to get back for the post show shenanigans. But if I'm not working Sunday, I may just loiter a little bit and then come home Sunday. We'll see. Haven't decided yet. I gotta wait for the Mouse Mafia to give me their schedule. So, but I'm looking forward to it, man. But I will be in Vegas for at least one of the days. It'll just be going to see Bria and Nikki out of town again.
Oh God, what do you do, James?
Okay, she's saying yes. She got a photo op with Cora. Nice.
Good for her. That's awesome.
Ash, just check on Twitter. I sent you a cat meme.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh Lord, here we go, James.
Here we go with James sending pussy pictures over the internet again. Anyway,
no, that's a horrific out of context, Jeff. That's not what I did.
That's the point, James. It's supposed to sound horrific out of context.
I know. I sent the opera cat because it's a cat. A woman singing opera, and then the cat just comes in and starts singing.
Oh, okay. It's a cute little
That
cat.
shit's good.
Okay,
That
never
shit's
mind.
good.
It's okay. It's a cute little cat meme.
Yes, it's adorable, kitty.
I can't make a joke. What was a super chat, JJ? Let's save the because obviously I can't make a joke.
We got a $5 super chat from Arlene Dominguez. So thank you very much, Arlene. Do you think Naomi should win at WrestleMania?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, this is going to be a hot take, especially coming from me and the way people know me and my affection for Jade. Naomi is a seasoned veteran in this game, 15 years in the ring, give or take at this point. I think it should be a shoot.
Ooh.
And what I mean by it being a shoot is I think that if Naomi feels in the match that Jade has put on a good enough performance, then she lets Jade win. And you give her a big Mania moment. But if over the course of the match, Naomi feels like Jade did not carry her weight and still is not performing at the level WWE wants her to be, she forces her to take the L.
Wow. Wow.
That is a hot take. You're right.
That's a. Yeah, I can see that happening.
I can't disagree with it though.
My only counter is I still am not convinced that Bianca's not involved. Okay. And I will say that. And I will, if I end up being on a prediction show the week after next, so be it. If not, I'll throw it in here now. For years now, Jay, the argument from you has been, well, they can't turn Bianca. She's the female John Cena. John turned all the way. No hesitation. I think Bianca and Naomi as a heel tag team going out of Mania, because I don't think Bianca's going to win the championship back. I don't think it's going to be a thing. So I think the two of them going out of Wrestlemania as a heel force and then going after whoever wins the gauntlet, because I think babyfaces are going to win the gauntlet to face Raquel and Liv. Having Naomi regain the title she never lost in the ring with a different partner, I think would be a great story to tell as well. Because she can use that as part of her shtick. In that, she felt forced out, and when she came back, it wasn't about her. It was about fucking Jade, and to a lesser extent, Jordan Grace, her own opponent in TNA. She can use that anger. She can use that feeling to team with the newly minted heel Bianca and get back the titles she did not lose in the ring. Sasha won't get that chance because she's off doing, purple-headed twat waffle things now. But Naomi has that chance, and I say give it to her.
Mm.
So, yes, Naomi should win, and then she should help Bianca get revenge after the match, whatever ends up happening.
Yeah, that could also work too.
Yeah, I still say the women's championship matches have such little sizzle to what is probably going to be decent plates of steak, because those girls always deliver in the ring. But the sizzle of Bianca's newly minted heel turn reinforcing Naomi's heel turn, I take my money at that point. I'll be more convinced then than I am now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of with Jeff on that.
That's not a fair take, and I did hear it all as I rebooted. I had my phone up on YouTube so I could still hear everything. That's not a fair take, and I agree with you. I've always said Bianca's the female Cena. Cena just turned. The only difference and counter argument I have to that is that the reason Cena never turned was Vince.
Fair.
And Vince has never really been behind Bianca's push. I mean, yeah, he was there for the early part of it, but I think a lot of her push has been Triple H done.
I'll agree with that.
And I could see Triple H turning her, but I don't know if they're ready for that just yet, because who takes Bianca's spot as that girl that the little girls can look up to, dress up like, come to the arenas as, put their faith behind? And especially, is there somebody that can fill that spot of ethnic diversity and not just be blonde hair, blue-eyed white girl? Because Bianca essentially is doing everything they wanted Sasha to do. And Sasha couldn't be that person.
No.
And Bianca picked up that bag and she has run with it all the way to the touchdown. And like Forrest Gump, she just continued running through the fucking, entryway to the locker room, out to the parking lot, and she's still running. So are you ready to take that away from her yet and put somebody in that spot? And if so, who?
Well, counter to your counter, that goes back to, she's doing what Sasha couldn't do. Sasha And Mercedes and Trin felt they couldn't stick around, and they left. But now that Trin is back, Bianca and her can get those titles back. Naomi's got a legit fucking beef, especially with who they talked to when they walked out. And then his goddamn raspy ass throat, motherfucking what? Anyway,
My name. Anyways.
Anyway, trying real hard. Still a little drunk.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. I got to see his ex-stepdaughters-in-law. So it's got to be a good boy. Stepdaughters, not even in law. It's a stepdaughter. It just, for me, that makes the most sense because I feel personally that this entire Raw Women's Championship program has not helped any of them involved. Somebody needs a shot in the caboose of adrenaline for their program. And I think Rhea is more salvageable right now doing something small. Io as the champion just needs a fucking victory, especially at WrestleMania. Bianca has continued to feel like she's not stagnant, but definitely not where she was even a year ago at WrestleMania. She needs a shot in the arm. And I think a fresh perspective is the way to go. And I will continue to feel that way until they pull that trigger. I just think now's the time to pull the trigger because you've got valid reasoning, especially if her title aspirations go sideways.
See, and I'm still not 100% convinced that they will. I'm still thinking she's walking out of there as champion. I think Io was purely transitional because they wanted to save Bianca and Rhea. Why they didn't want to do that at Mania, the biggest show of the year, I don't know.
Yeah.
Unless they were thinking ahead and thinking, hey, we have the first ever 2-night SummerSlam this year. We need to have some star-making matches for that.
Right.
Let's do that there instead of shooting the load at WrestleMania.
True that.
Right. That's fair.
And they were already more or less, they haven't officially pulled the trigger yet, but they're more or less turning Rhea heel. Why would you want to turn Bianca heel at the same time?
Yeah. There's still a lot, people, we're so close and there's no build. It's like, man, we've still got 2 weeks worth of shows.
Yep.
There's a lot of red herrings they can throw at us and make us all go, what the fuck? So.
Yes, she is, Charles. Yes, she is. She's still working on an Undertaker streak. And I don't know if they're ready to kill that right now either. That's another thing. She's undefeated at Mania.
We shall see. There's only one person I know that's undefeated at WrestleMania that he's probably never going to take that L, and that's the guy we saw come in at number 40 tonight. So we'll see.
Well, Michael Cole is also undefeated at WrestleMania. Undertaker has lost twice.
Oh, God.
Undertaker has lost at WrestleMania more times than Michael Cole has.
I'm just going to keep.
Go ahead, Ash. You were about to ask a question.
Has on screen Bianca Belair's undefeated streak been referenced?
Yes.
I haven't heard it lately in the build.
No, neither have I.
It has been referenced in the past, yes.
Okay.
It's not like Undertaker's streak where he was at like 9-10 before they realized, hey, we have something here.
Okay, that's better.
They at least reference it each year at WrestleMania.
Okay, I just wasn't sure about that. That's why I asked.
Yeah, I don't recall hearing it in any promos here these last couple weeks, which, Monday would be a good time to bring it up.
Yeah,
and remind people about it.
Yeah,
but they do acknowledge that it exists.
Okay.
Yep. There were, I think, 2 people there was two people other than the Undertaker that had unbeaten streaks that they didn't reference, so it easily could go that way, and that was Cena and Edge. And then they broke those because Cena lost at 24, and so did Edge. So there you go.
I'm getting a couple more super chats here. That's awesome. We were about to wrap things up. I'm loving it.
Making money, fuck it.
We are making money.
2 miles outside parts unknown with a $5 super chat. Thank you very much. To our favorite male username in the chat. Favorite female is Shadow Batash. You have $500 plus tax. Switch to or nosebleed seated WrestleMania for one night.
WrestleMania.
I'm not a gamer.
Not either.
I'm the wrong person to ask. You would need to get Noah or Walter on that one because they're more the gamers.
Bro, I can't get my Switch 1 to fucking work still.
About that particular brand, that'd be an Aaron and Virtue question.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but we're also talking about we have two guys that have a simply reliable gaming stream that stream playing video games. So as far as our guys go, that would be more geared towards Walter and Noah.
Yeah.
As opposed to this group in the room.
Yeah.
ODQ stream, yeah, absolutely. That goes to those guys. But
and only because
I'm going to WrestleMania. I still kick myself in the ass that I couldn't get to 39.
Yeah.
And I'm kicking myself in the ass that I can't get there for this year with as close as they are.
Yeah.
So I would take a nosebleed, and I have sat literally in the last row of a venue for wrestling in the past. So I'm not above it just to say I was there.
Yeah. Right. I will say nosebleed at a WrestleMania stadium is a much different experience than nosebleed at the pond for WrestleMania, but I was still at WrestleMania.
Exactly.
And it was fucking awesome. So, I sat, JJ will know exactly where I'm talking about for my first WrestleMania in 2000, section 402, one row down from the top at first. That's where I was supposed to be sitting. I ended up in the front row of that section, but yeah, one row from the top of the pond, man. Damn near Shawn Michaels slide down territory. Yeah. And then for 24, Dad and I were at the complete opposite end of the stadium from the entryway, which is why we didn't know the fire was happening until after we got up the next morning. Oh, by the way, if y'all can stop having fires where I work and where I play, that'd be great. Appreciate that. For whoever set the car on fire in the Pixar lot the other day, fuck all the way off. Thanks. Mess up everybody's day. Jesus Christ. That was bananas.
For 21, I don't remember the exact section I was, but I know I wasn't the 300s, which is the tip top.
Right.
I think I was either in the PRs or I was in the 200s for WrestleMania 21. I know I wasn't the 100. I wasn't on the floor.
Right.
And I know I wasn't the 300, which is the highest.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was somewhere in the middle there for my one WrestleMania.
Yeah. I've sat in every level of that place for wrestling. I was in PR for AEW. I was in 300 and whatever the hell that was at SummerSlam 2010 when I got fucked up.
Yes, Drunk Jeff. Go
Jeff at Bob's. Yes.
Tom's YouTube and watch that one that's still up there.
Is it?
When it was taken down, I could have sworn it was still up there.
I think it's taken down because of who co-hosted with me.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure he took it down after that.
That was my no DQ debut.
Yeah, unless he heavily edited it, which would be hard because my co-host fucking carried me, nurse fed me through it like a fucking baby. I was so messed up. But if it is, cool. If not, we'll find it and I'll.
Well, I mean, considering that you guys are back on good terms with him, it might be up there.
I'm back on good terms. Let me be clear on that. Okay. I don't know if they are. Anyway. And then for Unforgiven 02, I was on the floor, not in the first ringside section, but the first row behind the section, if that makes sense. I was close enough where when I walked to go take a leak, Shaq's bodyguard nearly knocked me down. He thought I was walking to him. And Shaq's big man as it is, so there you go. But yeah, Staples is a great wrestling venue. There's not really a bad seat unless you're behind the stage. Then you're kind of fucked. But to answer that question, yeah, right now, even when I was gaming, I would still WrestleMania because WrestleMania. It's been, especially this year because the build's been okay enough where I'm curious how it plays out.
Yep, me too.
And if I'm picking a night, it'd be night 1, so I can make sure I'm back on commentary for night 2 with you guys. Because I want to call that match so bad.
And we got another $5 from Arlene Dominguez. Do you pull the trigger with Dom and give him the IC title, or who do you see winning? Okay. So considering the match is not official and we're just sheer speculating here about being a multi-person match, because it looks like it's going to be Braun, Penta, Finn, and Dom, or some combination of those 4 men at Mania for the IC title. I say do it.
Yeah, I agree.
I am enough of a Dom supporter, and he's the first wrestler I have met since really going to shows all the time. I mean, I met Shotzi at that indie show where I went to go see Gino back in 2019 and a couple other people, but I went to that show to fucking see my buddy wrestle, and it was Mikey's birthday. But Dom is the first wrestler I really met since I got back into wrestling. And dude's fucking chill as hell on the outside.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
you
he
can
is.
tell that he was raised right by his daddy and his mama, despite what he says about his daddy on TV.
Good kid. Yep.
Yeah, he really is a good kid. I think he deserves it, man. When he won the North American title in NXT, you read all about it.
Yeah.
He had some fucking bangers. He proved he deserved it.
Yep.
Give him
I
that
agree.
fucking IC title, dude.
I'm right there with JJ. At this point, just go for it. He deserves it.
Do you think having Dom win the IC title that actually causes some tension and we actually might see a Judgment Day split?
Absolutely.
Yes. I think that's exactly what will do it, because Dom has been, let's add a new member. Finn has been diligent against it.
Yep.
If Dom can get it done and win the championship, he proves he's better than Finn.
Yep.
And Finn needs to listen to him. And if Finn doesn't want to listen to him, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you.
Yep.
He's got Carly, he's got Liv, he's got Raquel, he's got whoever he wants to bring in now, because he doesn't have Finn opposing him anymore.
No. And think about this. We're not having this conversation 5 years ago.
No.
When Dominic came in as babyface, I'm teaming with my dad. Look at me, I'm in the business. There's not one person I can think of, and if I'm wrong, whatever, that was like, oh man, he's going to be one of the top heels in the company, like right now. And within a year, we couldn't stop singing his fucking praises.
What
it is so wonderful to watch that, especially us fans that go back to 2005, and he was the centerpiece of the storyline for all the wrong fucking reasons. That storyline was so divisive. To this day, one of my dearest friends has not watched wrestling since that storyline was a thing.
Really? That was the straw that broke the camel's back for
What's that?
your friend. So the custody of Dominic match, that was the straw that broke the camel's back for that person to not watch wrestling no more?
Yeah.
Can I ask you, was the penultimate reason because of the Edge Matt Hardy thing coming to life?
That I don't know. And again, I don't think she was a hardcore every week viewer like us. But she also wasn't a casual fan. She was right there in that little in between area. But man, when it became about however old Dom was, 7-8 years old, custody, she's like, yeah, I'm good. This is for fucking ridiculous. And she's not watched. No matter how good I tell her the product is, she will not budge.
Have you tried telling her that 8-year-old is now fucking on the show wrestling?
Yes. She's even more aghast at that. It's like, all right, like, like if she's aghast at the fact that the kid made good on it, then like, what the fuck can I do, right?
Can I?
Hang on before you. Let me just say, I love that it's actually in consideration that Dominic Mysterio is going to be up for the Workhorse Championship. Let's fucking go, Dom. So happy for you, dude.
Yeah.
And like you said, Jay, he is him and his dad both, two of the chillest fucking people I've ever met in wrestling. If there's anybody that does not deserve any of the shit laid on them, including by me, sorry about 2006 again, Ray, it's Dominic and Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. Ray has always been cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Every time I met him, you know, and Dom just showed that he's that dude too, because he had just gotten back from doing a meet and greet at Cricket Wireless.
Oh, okay, yeah.
To sign and take pictures for the fans that were outside of the Toyota Arena there in Ontario, California.
Yep.
Ray came, got him, took him inside after he had done for just about every fan out there. Dom forgot something, had to come back to the car, came back over to us for more, and that's when I got him, because I was like, hey, I wasn't able to get up to you the first time. Do you mind if I get a picture real quick? And took it with him.
Yeah. He was raised right.
Shows how chill Dom was, and I think he had already started the Judgment Day shit at that point. So he had already turned on his dad.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, the seeds were planted that he was turning.
Yeah. Different world, man.
I'm just wishing that, even though I'm happy for Dom, I want Dom to eventually elevate other Latino talent that's kind of getting held down. And I hope one of those people in his title reign is Angel Garza. Because Angel Garza and Dominic Mysterio would bang if they actually book it right and they actually rehab Garza. Because Garza should be a singles megastar. And I'm still pissed that, you know, the old regime and now even seemingly the current regime has dropped the ball with Angel Garza. It will never fucking make sense to me. Like,
I think with that whole stable, honestly.
Yeah, honestly.
Humberto, Garza, Santos, they're a fucking afterthought.
Yep. And their fucking valet that should have been with them got released. Lopez.
And the only reason they're getting any scratch right now is because Ray Phoenix is debuting and they're throwing Humberto to him.
Yep. Great.
And again, people are, oh, he's getting TV time. It's like, yeah, but once Ray beats him, then what?
Yeah. And Angel will be next on that list. I'm sure he'll just,
you know, and Andrade, you know, Andrade's been in the news lately for all the wrong reasons, but he's another guy that came back from AEW because AEW was a shit show to work for. But what the fuck have they done with Andrade since then? Not a thing. There are still some things that make you scratch your head about the WWE booking. We're not trying to sit here and hob on the Hunter knob or anything, but there's just so much more good. Trust me, I made my career starting out ragging on Triple H in the Reign of Terror.
Yeah. People forget about that. Extreme Mayhem in 2002 started during the Reign of Terror.
Our first show was either right before or right after No Mercy 02 with everybody except Vince hates Katie Vick angle. Like, that was our lead topic.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then the first episode of Talk Wrestling was the Benoit tragedy.
I'm not allowed to start shows anymore now because of shit like that.
Right?
Just throwing that out there. Bad influence on the IWC, clear. Hey, like I said, I did those two things, and we are responsible for MJF. So, God damn it, we can't do nothing. Anyway, if you know, you know. If you don't, I'm not going to explain it. It's fucking 1:30 in the morning. I'm not doing that shit. But yeah, I am over the moon happy. Arlene mentioned it. Couldn't get two people to scratch paintings together, go to his photo op in LA 2 years ago at Mania. Now there's not a ticket to be had for his photo op in Vegas. And they're more expensive now by a lot, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And he's selling out.
There you go. Exactly.
People are spending a fuck ton of money to see this kid in a couple days. So,
yes.
Good for him.
All right. Last couple of shills, getting back to that.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wait, hold on. Comment popped up. Okay.
Well,
Yeah, right. A lot of people were shocked about how late they're still up.
Yeah, right.
Seriously, for you East Coasters and international audiences, God bless you. It's well into Sunday morning already.
Yep.
Let me know if another thing pops up, a super chat. So,
yes.
Again, these last couple of shills, if you missed yesterday, go back into the archives, check out the interview with La Princesa Tiffany Nieves that I did. I cannot stop gushing over this interview. I am still in disbelief that it came together as beautifully and chaotically as it did.
Yes.
She
Good
was
Lord.
only going to give us 15 to 20 minutes of her time. Damn near gave us a half hour.
Awesome.
Yeah, to the point where I was trying to wrap it up because I saw how long we had gone, and she's like, "Give me 3 more questions. Give me 3 more questions."
Like the fucking press of WWE.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Anything you wish.
Right.
But thank you again to La Princesa. She's been retweeting the posts about it. She has followed Walter now.
Right
Walter
on.
went and bought her T-shirt. She even, when I posted about the still in disbelief tweet that all that happened, she quote tweeted it, talking about, "Oh, so sweet. Can't wait to see the video of the cage match." So I commented, "Here you go," and posted it of me and James doing the Tiffany Nieves Natalia Markova history making first women's cage match in Alabama history. And her reply simply, "Bueno."
As it should be. There you go.
In gimmick, but you still got the sincerity and sweetness of it. So that video is now public on my YouTube. Feel free to check that out. Just me and James calling that match. We actually show the footage of the match over where we normally do the graphic display. Hasn't been copyright pinged yet. If it ever does get flagged, I'll just pull it down, whatever. But for right now, you can actually see the match and see us reacting and commentary at the same time.
Nice.
Check that out while you can. Hopefully, there will be more interviews to come. I want to try to tap into our good buddy Sam Knight as he is on his own farewell tour.
Oh, whoa.
He posted that his final match is going to be this November. And at the most recent Battleground show, he became the Battleground champion.
Oh, my God. Wow.
So I want to get our buddy Sam Knight to come on the show and talk with us. I want to try to get Evil Dose's a guy we know from the spaces named Evil Dose is connected to MLW and apparently friends with Mr. Thomas, who was in Battle Riot tonight.
Yeah.
Want to try to connect with him and see if we can get him on the show.
All right. Where is Sam and Battleground running nowadays? What state are they in?
Battleground is out of Colorado, and I think Sam is still located in Indiana or Illinois.
Okay. Because if he's hanging them up, I can very likely convince certain parties to have the kiddo go with me for the last match, wherever it is.
Well, the last match I think is closer to where he resides. I don't think it's going to be out here, but we might be able to figure out where the last Battleground match is and at least get to that.
Right. Well, for me, it's, Indiana's not all that much farther from Colorado flying on a plane wise. So
I appreciate that, Charles. I appreciate that, Safet. Thank you.
I'm glad it came off because I know the journey was interesting as well as the destination. So I'm glad everything came off okay. That's good.
And then
Relief for you.
And then likewise, go back into the archives and watch last night's Shenanigans. It says Saturday still, but that was just because I was tired and I forgot to put Friday up there. But we talked about Frankie Kazarian calling his shot. We talked about Stephanie Vaquer relinquishing her North American title. We talked a little bit about the La Princesa interview. We talked about Dynasty and kind of previewed Dynasty because I didn't know we were going to do a Simply Predicting. So we kind of did our own predicting, the three of us last night.
Right.
So
I will briefly, I will say that one way or the other, because of my ability to move my schedule around a little bit, I will be at Rebellion.
There you go.
I am thoroughly convinced it's happening.
There you
Hey,
go.
listen, it wasn't just me, and it was just me. It was me. Josh just was a victim by proxy, and so was Ash.
What do you mean? Contributed to the chaos on Friday as well.
Yes. Yes.
No, I with Joe Hendry going in hurt now with this rotator cuff thing, the show speaks to me, man. I'm convinced it's going to happen, and I need to be there, and I need to make it happen. So
I agree.
Yeah,
And I was kind of talking about this last night, and I'm gonna go ahead and throw it out to you, just because of the fact that I don't know of the status. But what if Scorpio Sky gets involved?
Oh my God!
Men of the Year?
Yeah.
SCU. Who does he choose?
Yeah. I mean, they're both in the match. Fuck me, dude. God, now you got me worried. I was convinced. Oh, now you got me worried.
I don't think he will, because I think Sky is still legally tied to AEW. Hasn't been released yet.
It's true.
But just not knowing what his status is or could be come Rebellion, just huge what if, man.
Well, I mean, for me, I think
Daniels is retired. I could almost see Tony letting him go there to like post-match celebrate with Frankie.
I was going to say
that Daniels made his name in TNA.
I think that'll be an off-air thing, but I very much think it's a possibility. I will say this. I was there when Frankie regained the PWG title from Adam Pearce in the cage. I was there when he got inducted into the EWF Hall of Fame with Jesse Hernandez. And he went out of his way to buy him and his band Paradise Kitty shirts on the Jericho Cruise. I can't not be there if he's going to become a world champion finally.
Yeah.
If anybody that we've encountered in our travels over my 22, almost 23 years of podcasting and our friendship of damn near 20 years now, deserves to be a world champion, it's Frankie fucking Kazarian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just like there's not even a debate for me. I will not argue that. So,
and hopefully, knock on wood, we can parlay your real life friendship into being his first interview after becoming champion.
It's already been discussed. Don't worry.
Nice.
Just gotta keep the lines of communication open all the way through the 27th and the 28th, which is not difficult. Don't worry. Considering I work close to where he stays, and he's a fan of where I work, and we're both fans of the baseball team down the street, we will find a way. But it is now past 4:30 for some of y'all. Past 1:30 for the people on the left side of the screen.
It's time.
Jay, I think it's about that time.
Yes. And I think I'm starting to get choppy again. So I'm gonna let James kind of take us out of here.
Makes sense to me. So I get to do animal fun. Perfect.
God damn it.
Thank you guys for watching. And for the Renegade Wrestling, JJ Williams, for the West Coast Professor Jeff, motherfucking Meacher, for Shadow Badass, I am the He-Man James Heaver. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see y'all next time. Tune into the spaces. Good night, everybody.
We're sorry, Jim.